Howdy, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Faab Five Campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. I'm Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and GM, and joining me around my virtual table today are Alyssa, Joe, Jeremy, Koines, and Kyle. Say hi, everyone.
Yo.
Hi, everyone.
Okay. We're back now from our holiday hiatus. I hope everyone had a good time off. I know that I did. But we're back, and this week we got a lot going on. I'm going to be doing a guest spot over on the Lost Caravan RPG Network tomorrow, Tuesday the 3rd at 7 p.m. Central. Then on Wednesday, we will be doing another random game night here on the Random Rhapsody Network, and that's at 7 p.m. as well. Now, next week, the Debauchery Circus will be back at their regular time of 3 p.m. on Monday, with the Fab Five following it as usual at 7 p.m. Now, at the end of February, I will also be guest hosting a one-shot over on the Bard Rock Cafe Network, where we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with fate and time and stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, a lot of stuff is happening this year. But if you want to keep up with everything we're doing, you can follow us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV or on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody. And pretty soon we'll probably be moving on to Mastodon and all that as well. So stay tuned for that. Okay, that's it for the announcements. So join us as we dive into the world of Loroupa and continue on with the adventures of the Fab Five.
Make sure the mic's on.
Yep, it is. Thank you. And we're back. So when we last left off, the Fab Five had traveled through the elven nation of Ilmithica, along with an expedition from the Conclave to investigate a cursed location known as Syol'yn Revar. Along this journey, the squad was tested by the elven rangers known as the Buried Door. Liam underwent a ritual to control the curse he had been afflicted with, and Blood from a Stone was reunited with the brother he believed to be long dead. It was a complicated week, to say the least. Now, once they arrived at the edge of Syol'yn Revar, the squad was surprised to find that that past the wards was a land that seemed to radiate an unnatural necrotic energy, which twisted the plant life in horrible ways. As the caravan made camp on the outskirts, it was revealed to the party that their responsibility was to protect the researchers as they examined the cursed Tabaxi ruin and cataloged their findings. The goal was to attempt to understand the nature of what was causing this warping of nature before moving on to where they believed was the source of this curse, the cavern mouth that the elves named Ambar Belthor. And so, Fab Five. After one more long rest under the protection of the Buried Door, your group set off with the Conclave research team into the land that is Syol'yn Revar, where pretty much immediately you were hit with the negative feedback from that area, which befuddled several of your minds. God only knows what would have happened if Liam had not been able to control his curse at that point. You were also given your first glimpse of the monstrous creatures coming from that area, which Veil also recognized to be twisted versions of creatures that exist down in the Underdark. The ruins themselves proved to be little more than stone circles of historical interest, but the danger they contained soon reared its ugly head in the form of massive snake-like creatures that proved dangerous, but not overly difficult for the group. You all pause to heal yourselves up, and as you're doing so, a question comes to each of your minds. And that question is, who is a childhood rival that you had from your past? And since, Liam, you're the one who rolled, why don't you go ahead and go first?
Well, as you all know, I was raised in the woods and stuff like that, and there are apes around. Well, you got to fight your way to the top, of course. And every time I'd win this battle, this big old orangutan named Louie would smack me in the back of the head, knock me down the hill, every single time I'd win a fight without any warning. Till one day I finally ducked, smacked him right in the chin, became best friends.
Aww. So
Scooby-Doo.
Necthros Veil, how about you?
The only childhood rival I could think of, Thraspin Uhalo, always trying to one-up me in school. Thraspin got what was coming to him, though. He once attempted to cast a wish spell. We were 13. The last I remember, he was still spending his days inside out. Literally.
Oh, that sounds terrifying. Okay, I like it. Eloise, how about you?
Well, when I was growing up, well, at least after once I was with my affair, there was this squirrel. His name was Henrik, and he always was bombing me with like acorns and other stuff, and he was always stealing like little knickknacks and hiding them, and it was it was fine because then he met a girl and he had some babies, and his kids turned out to be just as big shits as he was.
That's always the way it goes, isn't
That's
it?
usually how that works, yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Apollyon, how about you?
Well, my childhood rival was a little dwarf boy named Gwari, and we were friends for a while, always competing in the gym, trying to see who could lift the most weight and pull off the most impressive tricks. I would do handstand push-ups, and Gwari would try to do it one-handed, and then he would fall. Those were some great days.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, Blood from a Stone. How about you?
My kid didn't die. He just got sick, so we're all good there.
Glad to hear it.
I guess I'd say my rival, would probably be my brother. Although there was another asshole child that lived in our village called Feather in the Wind. He used to kind of pick on us. He was a little bit older. But then when we got a little bit older, a little bit bigger, we'd always team up and beat the shit out of him. Or that's a misnomer. We wouldn't actually physically beat him up. We would just really insult him to the point where
You were a bully.
Well, he was a jerk, and he picked on us, and he picked on a lot of other children. And then we had to beat him in his own game, and we had to ridicule him until he wanted to leave. And then he
Bullies
did.
always have justification.
But I'd say my biggest rival would be my brother. Clearly, and he's going to point to a scar. He goes, clearly, we had a bit of a rivalry.
And just from the background you hear, he definitely deserved that one.
Yeah.
Okay, Fab Five. With the monsters defeated and the danger subsided for at least the moment, Master Ohm has gathered up the Conclave team to, check on everybody while you are all tending to your wounds. It's been about 4 hours or so since you first stepped foot into Syol'yn Revar. Which means to start things off, I'm going to need everybody to go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Nice.
Cheapers.
You know, we got to start things off right.
Simultaneous first roll of the game, yeah.
Exactly. First roll of the new year. Make it good.
Oh shit! I'm not as bad. Mine was worse, but better than Liam's.
No, it's not worse than a 1, sir.
That's what
Nothing
I
is.
said.
25.
It's a 4, but it's better because you had a negative. You had a
Yeah.
Did
I
my
got a
dice
7.
get turned off? No. Why didn't it? Okay.
What's up? Well, so yeah, those are some pretty rough rolls there. I'm just gonna call it out for everybody. Blood, you got a 4. Liam, you got a 6. Eloise, 29. Apollyon, 7. And Veil, 25. So, as Eloise, you and Veil are kind of like Veil had just gotten healed. You've all drank a few potions. You had just finished talking to Liam about Blood's brother over there that the two of them are hugging. Then immediately you see Apollyon, Blood, Liam, Alnad, Kumna, several of the researchers all grab their heads and just cry out in pain. Those of you who failed, you're only going to take 3 points of psychic damage. Not a lot, but blood kind of trickles down from your nostrils a little bit, and all of you feel discombobulated for the next minute. You just see them as like grab their head, kind of freeze, and some of them, at least some of the field researchers, cry out in pain.
What in the hell is happening?
What was that just me, or was that did other people feel that?
It wasn't just you.
Yeah. It's this
Where's
place.
the icon for donkey brains?
That donkey's got poo brain.
William's
Whack with
just a little
brains.
relieved. He thought maybe something was wrong with his new transformation.
Oh no, there's definitely something wrong with you, but it happened to all.
I didn't say it out loud. How can you respond to that?
Well, you did. Ask if
That was
happened
in my
to-
head.
You did ask if that happened to everybody. And so we ought to be like, yeah, well, there's something special wrong with you, but yeah, that affects
Yeah.
most of us.
After it takes about a minute to get rid of the stunned condition, but once you all are able to push past the pain, you realize that something here just keeps affecting you. And it's about that time that Master Ohm's kind of looking around at everybody, and he calls out, by my reckoning, that was about 4 hours since the last one. Jarvis, you over there, start countdown. And another researcher that is wiping blood off of his face reaches into his bag at his side and pulls out a little mechanical device and begins fiddling with it. Ohm will walk over to the rest of you and he says, how are you all holding up?
Oh, I'm fine. I was just curious. Is Jarvis just for you to order around, or are we able to order around the Jarvis man as well?
Yeah, I'd
No.
like to get us a round of mojitos started, if that's all right.
Ohm just kind of gives you both a raised eyebrow and he says, if you need a drink, I think he's the one that has that. And he points at Liam.
I wasn't looking for a drink. I was mostly just curious. But yeah, Polly, let's knock one off.
Oh yeah, make mine extra fruity.
Was that stronger than the last time it hit you guys?
Well, this is the first time I've felt it.
That's actually a good question, Eloise. Ohm cuts in as well, and he looks to the rest of you. And has anybody felt it twice?
Nope.
I had to scroll all the way up. Hold on.
Yeah, probably not. I think possibly
No,
different people.
somebody failed last time. Hold on.
I did.
You
A
passed,
couple
that
people
wouldn't
failed.
hit you
I
twice
passed.
either way. Yeah.
I passed both times. What's the DC for it, Matt?
It's only 13.
Okay, so then Apollyon would have
I
lost
failed.
last time.
Yeah, I got a 10 last time.
Veil would have failed last time.
But I passed this time, so I wouldn't have known.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would just have been Apollyon and Vic.
Apollyon is the only double fail.
Yeah.
Well, so Apollyon, go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Yes! Before or after he takes a shot?
Oh baby, 12.
12's enough that the pain in your head definitely felt a little stronger this time. Like it went from just mild headache to ice pick through the temple headache.
Ooh, it's ouchy.
Just a quick question: would Apollyon feel this? Would this hurt more than any other pain he feels? Because he's pretty he's a brute. He's used to taking pain, but this is psychic.
It definitely feels weird, but I mean, at the same time, like, you've experienced psychic damage before. All of you have, quite a few times. Yeah.
Just a really bad headache or up to a migraine. Yeah, psychic damage.
Yeah. Now,
When Apollyon drinks rot gut all night and wakes up in the morning with a huge hangover.
kind of a little bit.
There you go.
Probably.
Okay, so is that a sign that we're heading in the right direction then, if it's getting stronger?
I'm not sure there is a right direction.
Ohm's gonna.
Can I
go ahead.
roll perception or investigation for survival?
What are you trying to ascertain, Apollyon?
Oh, if we're close to like our objective.
Are we in the ruins?
You're in the ruins. You're at the outskirts. There's nothing really to there's no real roles to determine if you're closer to something or not. That's more like, do you have a tool or something to figure that out? However, you do have people who have that ability, because you have your conclave researchers who have been taking measurements of ambient magical fields. They've been walking around with those tools that they showed you the night before. So while there's nothing that probably, because you're walking in that direction anyway. Does that make sense? Am I explaining that weird?
Yeah.
I thought maybe there was I don't know, some kind of central larger building or an altar or I don't know, something like that.
So from where your group is at right now, you can see that at the farther you go to the southwest, the more you enter this ruins area. There's more half-destroyed buildings and things like that. And far to the distance, at the very edge of most of your vision, you would be able to see that there is a cliff face that's towards the end back of the ruins. Now, as you're kind of... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Now, as you're all sitting there kind of reminiscing about that and thinking to yourself, well, are we getting closer? That sort of thing. Another researcher does announce that Master Ohm, I think we're getting a pretty clear reading on everything that we have here, and most of the magical energy that we've been detecting is definitely coming from the southwest, more towards the center of the city. He nods and he says, that is to be expected. The elves did say that whatever these creatures come out from is probably either in the city itself or towards that cliff. Now, Blood, you know a little bit about what your brother told you the night before as well.
I guess he would have told him about where, because they've been protecting this thing for a while. So he would know. I mean, I guess, is this, but he'd look at his brother, he's like, is it alright if I say something? I mean, this is y'all bag. I mean, I'm not going to release any information you don't want out there. He's kind of saying this kind of low and under his breath to his brother. He's like, I mean, it would really help if you would just kind of speak up. I mean, you can trust these people.
Make a persuasion check.
Do we know what this, what is causing this? Is
better.
it an item? Is it a a person or creature?
So to recap what the elves have told you, that the entire area surrounding the ruins is a cursed land, and creatures come up from the ruins, and come out from there. The parties they've sent into it has described a cave opening towards the cliff face, which is where they suspected these things are coming from. They have given you that information.
Yeah, but like, I don't. But my memory is shitty. I don't remember like them giving us any information about this ambient effect that seems to be hurting people, or at least giving them really bad headaches.
Yeah, they haven't really they never really gave you a whole lot of information on what it was, other than the fact that it did hurt as you're traveling through it, and the creatures that come out have been warped and twisted, and sometimes look sickly, sometimes look just mutated, and that sort of thing. But they haven't like spent time like investigating it. They've quarantined the area and have kept it warded and protected for the last couple thousand years.
But the warped creatures are coming out of this cavern thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
At least that's what they believe, yes.
Okay.
Or at least that's what they suspect.
Okay.
Yeah, 23 on his persuasion.
Okay. You say this to your brother. He kind of glances over at Kumna, and the rest of the Molmelda, the rest of the elves that have been kind of traveled with you. They all spread out, and have kind of been guarding the area as you all work. There's only 6 of them, by the way. But Alnad, he and Kumna kind of go back and forth, and like, you know how thieves communicate with thieves can't? You're seeing something similar. You're seeing the lips moving and a conversation that's kind of happening back and forth, but no words are actually being spoke. Finally, Kumna, he steps forward and he says, "Very well, Master Ohm. Yes, we do believe that the cave, the crevice in general, is where these creatures have been coming up. Now, some of them are coming up from the ground as well, as you've all been able to see." And he kind of points at the snake creatures that you all just destroyed, that had dug through the dirt. So some come straight from the ground. Some we believe do come from there. We have sent members of Molmelda down into the cave. It's very difficult to get inside. The opening itself is not very big, and it's extremely jagged, and it's difficult to climb through. But from there, the cavern opens up, and he kind of shudders, and he says, "I myself have looked in there once, and it pushed me to my very core to be able to stand there and look inside." Then he says a few phrases in Elvish, which those of you who can speak Elvish, you would pick up. Let me get this name real quick. He says, "Embarbella Thor," which translates loosely as the World Ender. You would know.
Yeah, you don't remember that vision we had about the big thing? I think that's what that's. You remember the vision we had after the witness?
Yeah.
That big creature? I think that's what they're talking about.
Is it just me, or the further we get along, they trying to deter us more and more from going any further? Like,
Oh, they haven't deterred you from anything. They're just saying.
no, the further we go, they're like, oh, it's worse than you could possibly imagine. We get it. We know it's terrible.
Walks up and kind of puts a hand on your shoulder, Liam, and he says, That's the exact reason why we are here. The elves have had thousands of years to examine this thing, and can't tell hide nor hair from it. They asked us to come and investigate it because they can't do what we can. And then he kind of claps you on the shoulder a little bit hard. And he says, well, the things some of us can do anyway.
Wait, so the thing that we all saw in that, I don't know,
I don't know if it's
mass hallucination, like that thing is supposed to be, it's real, it's here?
I don't know. But based off what they have told me, it seems like that is a good description of it, yes.
But once again, they really don't know.
What do all of you know about the tales of... And then he looks over at the elves and he says, Ambar Bellathor. He's looking at you five.
Oh. I'm sure fucking Veil's probably read about it at some point.
Anyone who wants...
Can I do a...
So, if anyone knows specific knowledge that I've given you in-game, you can use that. If you cannot, I will allow anyone who wants to, who is proficient in history, to make a history check.
I'll do a history.
Blood knows what they've told him, and then he would have heard the legends from his people about that big creature, but he didn't. They may not have a name for it.
Shit.
I got a 31.
Bill's got an entire book about this.
27.
I memorized the book cover to cover.
Veil, you're the only one that has any information on this. You had to roll a 30 to get this.
And I'm keeping it to myself.
Okay, then I'll just text it to you. It's all go. But, so there are legends throughout the world.
You had to roll a 30?
Yeah, you had to roll a 30 to get some
You're
good
the
information
one
about this.
With a crit, mine would have only been 29.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So here's what you know, my friend. There are many tales throughout history, throughout myths and legends of Loroupa, about a creature that is just the true definition of an unstoppable force. There are a lot of different names for it. You've never heard the name Ambar Bellathor before, but like you've studied Elvish, High Elvish, and you know at least enough to be able to conjugate those proper nouns to figure out what it means. And World Ender is like it's a good loose translation, but a better translation would be that which destroys all. There are many tales, mostly centralized around the time back during the Age of Sorrows, when all of the races that lived on the surface of Loroupa were forced to flee into the Underdark and live out thousands of years down there, while a gigantic titan, a creature of massive proportion and strength, ravaged the entire surface of Loroupa. This creature spent years upon years just destroying everything, killing everything that was up there. During this time, other titans, raw elemental creatures, from the time that the planet was formed, awakened and tried to fight this creature and was unable and was defeated and fell down. And the ravage, the sheer destruction that this creature unleashed upon the surface changed the literal the topography of the surface. So much so that when the races eventually left the Underdark and went up to the surface to search, they found a world completely changed. That's how the continent of Loroupa was created. That's how the island changed out there. That's why the sea is the way it is. That's why the mountains are the way they are. Because this thing just was let loose and destroyed the world. But people survived. And when all the races of Loroupa went back to the surface certain races chose to remain. The Duergar, the Drow, I'm always bad with the gnome one. Snibblefin? Smurf-Miblin? Yeah. Those races chose to remain in the Underdark and lived for several thousand years more, which is why their evolution kind of deviated and went in a different direction than those who returned to the surface. But there was a time when all people were forced to flee into the Underdark. Otherwise, they would be destroyed by this horrid creature. No one knows what happened to that creature. No one knows. Maybe some people have tales that it just left the planet and somehow got away. Others say that it went to sleep, or that it was killed, or that somehow it just grew bored and disappeared from reality. No one really knows for sure what happened, but if you dig far enough back into any race's history, you'll find tales of this apocalyptic beast that just destroyed everything. And as you're hearing this name, and you're kind of putting two and two together, about the same time that Master Ohm starts talking a little bit about this as well. But that's what you know, Veil. This thing was definitely real. If you dig deep far enough back, it's something that definitely existed, and it was probably the most powerful thing that ever roamed the surface.
All right. I jotted down a bunch of notes on that, just so Jeremy remembers what Veil knows.
Now, Master Ohm, he says, there are a lot of myths and legends about an ultimate killing creature that destroyed the world. This Ambar Belthor that you describe definitely sounds like it could be among that. And Alnad speaks up and says, "Well, I'm sure you can hear about a world ender and connect it to damn near any story you like. The difference is, the Mole Melda know that this creature actually does exist. When the races of Loroupa first were planning on returning to the surface, my people, the Tabaxi, were the first among them. Sure, some races sent out scouts. Some races sent out people to search these out. And as he's saying that, Liam, I want you to roll a wisdom or an intelligence check, either or.
Okay.
But the Tabaxi, when they first came out, they settled here on this land. When the rest of the races were beginning to crawl out,
Can't roll, man. New year and shit dice.
Mm-hmm. The Tabaxi were already settled, already had their own civilization. But then the elves found that during that time they were awakening a creature of massive power, a creature that could very easily wipe out everything once again. Ambar Belthor, the World Ender. And the elves decided to transplant my people outside this area, claim it for their own, and protect it so that nobody could awaken the World Ender again. Over the years, they set up the wards that you see now. They've kept its poison at bay from the rest of the world, and have kept it in this dormant state of death and undeath. But several years ago, as we said, creatures began coming out of it. Disturbances started to happen. And as he says that, the ground beneath your feet begins to rumble just slightly. Almost fitting for him to say that.
Talk quieter, please. Just be a little quiet.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to ask one question. Who raise your hand if you were there when Liam was talking to what's her name? The monk chick that traveled with you to Morag, Jortha. Who here was there when Jortha told you her story? Remember, she told.
I don't remember. I don't remember what happened last game.
Yeah.
It's when I don't remember when we were told. Was it in the Underdark or
No, when you were in Morag, Jortha and Liam were bickering back and forth, and if you remember, she told you all a story about the history of the monastery. I was just wondering if anybody remembered that, but nobody does, so I'm not gonna.
I don't
Yeah.
remember the stories in
Yeah.
particular now.
Okay. Well, anyone who was present in that time, I will allow you to make a wisdom or an intelligence check, because I do want to give you this.
I remember bickering. I don't remember.
19.
So-
Everybody rolls better than me.
Yeah. Blood, when he starts when Alnad, your brother, was talking about scouts being sent up to the surface, that story that I was referring to, that Jortha told you, it pops up in your memory because the two characters that were in that story were two adventurers who originally scouted the surface. Just a little thing. That's all.
He might say something. He's like, I think Jortha was talking about those adventurers. But anyway, go on, brother.
I mean,
You can go ahead and tell him our shame. It's all right.
Alnad, he looks at you and he shrugs his shoulders. He says, "Blood from a stone here. We know each other, and
Shed a
once a very long time ago, he and I tried to get to this exact spot. And we were cut down like the fools that we were. But Blood here seems to think that there is some correlation between us trying to get here.
Well, I'm now worried. Yes, that has something to do with it because he said this started happening 6, 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to get here 6 years ago.
Did
No,
you
we
say
never-
you shared a womb? Are we gonna brush right past that? I'm just hearing this for the very first time. Obviously, because you've never told me yourself, Blood, so I did not know this information.
I told you I had a twin brother. This is my twin brother.
Hey!
He's alive. Hey!
Oh boy!
Uh,
Apollyon picks him up. Any brother of Blood's is a brother of mine.
I forgot to warn you about him.
Did you just pick him up?
Yeah, like a big bear hug.
God damn, imagine,
Does he?
Apollyon... Well, no, imagine Apollyon rushing up and grabbing him. I want an athletics check from you.
Okay.
I know Matt's got a roll too. I like Matt's chances, honestly.
Chris.
Did it go through? No. There we go. 22.
Oh yeah, you definitely grab that cat in a big old bear hug. And you just lift him off his feet. And in that moment, the rest of you see, every single elf tense up immediately. And you see, Blood, you would especially see, your brother flinging his hands aside, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot.
I clicked it twice. Weird.
You don't want to do that too much, big dog.
Yeah, you just hear,
I give him a little noogie and go, "You're one crazy cat."
But yes, this is my brother. This is 2.
At which
asshole for throwing me off a boat.
you hear Kumna yelling out to the elves in Elvish. Those of you who can understand that would hear him basically saying, "This is a secret bound strictly to the Molmelda. Anyone speaking of it will be forced to deal with the consequences of the two of them." That's what Kumna's saying.
Blood had that in. He's like, I will join you.
Give a little, like, putting a key in my mouth and turning the lock and throwing it away, that
Oh,
maneuver.
fuck me.
Mm.
God, yeah, we're going to have a problem with him. If anybody knows, like, a mind erasing spell, we might have to use that. But getting to other matters, I just when he informed me that this is about when that happened, I'm terrified that we had something to do with it, but we never made it inside the ruins. We never made it here.
We didn't get within like 4 or 5 miles of here. I don't see how.
So I mean, just the correlation. I mean, you all know that I might be a very cautious individual. Liam, you make jokes about it all the time. No, I know.
Wow.
Also, I am
usually-
hearing for the very first time.
I am usually so cavalier with my decisions and actions. I know.
No paranoia whatsoever. Ever.
Hey, you know what? Hey, just because you don't see them watching you doesn't mean they're not watching you. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Here in Mythica, everyone's watching you.
Hear something?
we can't be sure. I mean, like I said, we never even got close, but it's still just by fear that, you know, our people did this once before, and did we unwittingly do it again?
Yeah, the timing.
Regardless, we're here to clean up the mess, yeah?
The timing is suspect, but I still don't believe it could have been us. And Kumna comes over and he says, I do agree with that. As horrible as it could have been, you never even stepped foot into this area. How could you have done anything to it? No. Whatever's going on here is ancient. And it's not something as simple as a group of archaeologists coming into an area. We're here now. Now, something more is at play here. We just don't have the means to ascertain what. But you conclave types, that is what you claim to be able to do. And as he's saying that, another researcher is kind of rushing over and is kind of whispering in Master Ohm's ear right now. Go ahead.
That's kind of what we do. We just do things that others can't do. So if it isn't able to be done, that's right in our wheelhouse.
I'm wondering if the rise of the Dreamer and his people have anything to do with this as well. Do we know when they started? We know that Tomas was tracking them long before we ran into him. How long ago do we know if they've been back in existence?
I can answer that one, or Ohm can. Give me 1 second.
That's a good question.
Because, like, I think some of it might have started when Grovajar kind of came back after being gone for a long time.
It turns out Apollyon's dad is actually the big bad.
Probably.
Master Ohm says, now, senior field researcher Rothan discovered the cult back at the beginning of the year at Elkforth. But we've only been tracking them for about 7 months now.
Well, they seemed to be pretty full force back then, it seems, so...
in Rothan's report, he postulated that the cult has been around for God only knows how many hundreds of years, if not more. We don't know exactly how far they're infiltrated into the Church of the Five, but that's something that Rothan is quite curious about. And, well, I don't mind revealing this information. He is currently investigating that exact thing. With that in mind, the cult could have been around for thousands of years. Hundreds of thousands of years. Who knows?
Has Mitchell under a Gaius, and she's the leader of the Church of the Five. Well, at least in her city.
Well, technically,
you're talking about Ivik Abir.
With anyway.
Abir, yeah.
You know it. Wait, my fault.
Well, had you won that fight, then we wouldn't have had to give over the Dream Root to the army as per the agreement of the battle, but you failed.
Hey, I wanted to shoot him and screw the hostages.
Master Ohm's going to look at you, Apollyon, and he says, "Don't beat yourself up on that one, kid. While yes, in that moment, it would have kept them from having one of them. We've uncovered enough evidence to believe that there's dozens of these dream roots out there. Keeping one away from them isn't going to stop them."
Do we even know how many they need?
They need 5, right?
I guess
I believe so.
what I'd like to know is why they wanted that one that bad at that moment that they sent an entire army plus a dragon that they apparently hired.
I don't know if it was necessarily that was the case, or they were just going off a list. Because they also sent an army after the one in the mountain, in the grove.
That army appeared there and surrounded the keep, like they had planned it.
Well, they knew it was inside, and they weren't leaving without it. Just like they surrounded the mountain with the Druid Grove. They knew one was inside, and they weren't going to leave without it.
Right, but they did.
Well, I mean, we got away that time.
But we do know at least that they're organized, they have plenty of numbers, and they're not afraid to use those numbers.
How do they hide their massive numbers? They have to have... The army just disappears every now and then.
Must have magic users. Like Veil.
Honestly, I don't think there are many magic users like Veil.
Ohm chuckles at that one. Well, as enjoyable as this is, we are on a bit of a timer here. Now, Phillips over there says that energy is increasing, but at a extremely minute rate. Now, when I say this, we're talking points per million at this point, but judging by the fact that the magic is slowly increasing, kind of tells us that we have at least something of a timer running on us.
Well, is it increasing with time or increasing with proximity?
Both, actually, Eloise. And he kind of peers at you, because this is the third time you've said something that, like, he just answered directly, and then he like pauses and he's looking at you, and he says, "We really should talk later. I think you'd make an excellent addition to the Conclave. You have an inquisitive mind."
Well, yeah, but I don't like your archivist Borenthal.
You don't have to worry.
Orenthal? He's
an asshole.
You don't have to work at that location.
Well, in all fairness, I'm an asshole. He looks over at Blood. I mean, look at the people you pal around with. Eloise.
Vale looks over at Blood as well and agrees.
All right, Mister, dig up dead bodies for ring. Oh,
Vale shrugs.
I need.
Yeah, but when I've been hurt, Vale has helped, and anytime, and we always check in with each other, and we always make sure everyone's okay, and we don't just assume that just because we made it back, that everything's okay.
Regardless,
He
Eloise,
didn't even ask about the Druid Grove.
I think what Ohm is trying to point out, though, is that maybe you shouldn't judge an entire group of the Conclave based on one individual who's an arsehole.
I don't want to have to ever see him again, and if I work for the Conclave, I work for him, so no.
Did you hear that, Ohm? If you get rid of the arsehole, you get the Druid.
Well, it'd be like, he just runs the Port Valena one. You can work.
He also is the one who arranged for the Druid Groves to find out about what happened there, and he's been working fairly close, I understand, with the Arch Druids.
On the inside, and Eloise is outing him without even knowing it.
I suppose that's always possible too. Borenthal he's an okay individual. He's and he kind of shrugs and he says he's an archivist. He does his job quite well, but
yeah, well, he's been behind the books way too long because he's forgotten that people are people.
I'll make a note of that, Eloise. How about that?
Okay.
See what I did?
And you literally see Ohm like poof out his book, and he physically writes the note, and then he shows it to you. Borenthal is kind of an asshole to Eloise. She doesn't like him.
Later on, we find out that he gets caned because of those writings right there.
I'll go into my pack and bring out a physical notebook, not one that had to be poofed, and I open it up and I'm like, yeah, see, I wrote he's an asshole too.
Well, everything we're talking about so far sounds like it leads towards this crevasse that you're all describing. So perhaps we should put aside checking out the rest of these ruins and get some readings over by the cave. How does that sound?
KK! And Eloise starts skipping over.
Vale's going to send Jareth up in the air, probably about 100 feet, and just do a circle just to make sure nothing pops up on us. Or, if he could see if anything's going to pop up on us.
Go ahead and give me...
Fly to 110 feet just to be above Jareth?
No, it's not necessary.
Well, Jareth, go ahead and give me that perception check with Jareth. And he can have advantage because he's high.
Advantage on perception checks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does.
He has advantage with anything to do with sight or smell. The owl has advantage. It's a 17.
And it's in the middle of the day. It's very easy to see because not a lot of trees in this area, and what ones they are very skeletal and definitely don't have leaves or anything like that on them. So he's got a pretty clear view. Occasionally you do spot creature movement as you all start making your way through the ruins towards that cliff face. Every time you see one, you do send out the alarm. A few of the Molmelda gather up together. If your group wants to participate, they can. But most of the groups are small and very easy to deal with. So I'm not going to have you all just fight it out. But there are a few moments where your group has to stop and throw a few cantrips and throw a few arrows at creatures as they charge towards you. You drop them off. at one point, Veil, there is a few more that of those Quigoth. You can probably get 6 more of them if you want to actually pause for another 20 or 30 minutes to gather them up.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sorry, how many did you give me before? Because I have 8 slots written down, but I don't think I had 8 of them. But I don't remember. I could have.
No, you got 8. I'm pretty sure I gave you 8 of them to begin with. And I think
14.
12. There's 6
I
more.
want to know about how many did Apollyon kill?
None of your group actually get kill shots on these. Because you got a group of like a dozen people between the elves, the conclave members, your group. Let's say each of you who are recording it can get 1 more kill shot in.
Okay. Yeah, so we're 4,
Okay.
4, 4.
Basically, like
so
you said escorting us and
Yeah, we've
making
got like
sure nothing gets too
snipers.
close.
We got like
Yeah.
an army
you said 12
snipers.
total, right?
You've got, from the 8 you already have, you're able to gather up 6 more. This is going to take more of your time. So right now, you're probably at 14? 8 and 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I'm doing math wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
Math are hard.
Math are hard. I'm tired. And it's the beginning of the new year, so...
Meanwhile, there's all these sniper shots and people being badass, and meanwhile, Eloise just skipping down the middle of it all. La, la, la.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty
To
much.
the cave, la la la.
It takes you about an hour to walk from the outskirts of the ruins into towards the edge of the city. And as you get there, like, all of these ruins that you're seeing are still very run down, very decrepit. I've described them before as, like, if you ever go and watch some ancient videos of Stone Age Ireland, you'll see those stone circle buildings with thatch roof and covered in moss and all that. Those are kind of like the ruins that you're seeing here. It's just the difference is the landscape is gross. Like, Eloise, you feel gross walking through here as a druid of the land. Like, imagine just going through a swamp and kind of having to wade through it, and when you come out, you got that pond scum film on you. That's how you feel, but like it's your whole body.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's very disconcerting for a druid of the land, because every step is like, this is just unnatural. This is just weird. I don't like this. And you're walking closer and closer towards these the edge of these ruins, while the stone architecture isn't really changing, though you do see different styles of buildings. You see like a few places where there's like a market square. There's areas that you can see like several of these stone circles are side by side, giving the idea of like a leader's village, house, or maybe like what are those the Viking longhouses where you go and drink mead? Longhouse. Thank you. Okay, it's kind of like a longhouse but made out of stone, and you can get the structure, the idea that is either like the leader's house or maybe a longhouse where community gets together. Other than that, like, it's not that interesting. If like as archaeologists, it's interesting, but for adventurers, whatever. But the closer you get, all of you are able to see the cliff face, which extends towards the edge of the village and then spreads outward. And beyond that, you can see the rise of the mountains heading off into the distance. Now, where is it? Hold on. Had to scroll up. The cliff face that you can see as you're getting closer, like you're probably still about 150 or more feet away from it, but you can still see it. The cliff face itself has an almost angular outcropping that kind of points towards the the building that you're kind of guessing is a longhouse. The angular outcropping has a long, jagged crack along the front of it, and you can see it just as a dark ridge that kind of goes along it. But you're guessing probably no more than 2 feet wide. It's weird. Like anyone who's ever seen the fifth or the 11th Doctor's first episode, The Crack in the Wall, it sort of looks like that. Just a dark slash in an otherwise perfect, almost glassy cliff face that's very angular and pointed towards the center of it.
Glassy as in, like, polished?
It kind of appears that way. The sun is just at the right angle where it glints off of it a little bit and gets that reflection that makes you like have to shade your eyes a little bit as you stare at it full on. So it does have kind of a glassy reflective surface a little bit.
Cool. Okay. Quick question. Can Veil have his zombies be carrying him? Because I know that normally this wouldn't be the circumstance, but since I've been creating them, I don't know. I think it was Ohm who kind of gave me the go ahead, but I don't know about the other people we're traveling with, if they'd be okay with it.
I think he said all's fair in battle. I think they all know that you're a necromancer.
Well, what Ohm
suggested you make them.
Yeah, Ohm did tell you that to make them. Now he did not tell you to pull them out. If you want to just go over and ask him, what he would tell you is actually hold on for that. If you go over and ask him about that, Ohm's probably going to pull you aside for a moment.
Okay.
Okay. So he instructs the conclave members to get some readings. He tells the rest of the group to protect everybody, stand ready, that sort of thing, and he pulls you over aside. He's from your question. He tells you now, Veil. Why exactly are you wanting your creatures to carry you? Is it just you're hurting, or what's going on?
And Veil, like, with this strained look in his face, he gestures down towards his legs. He said, "My legs, I'm so tired."
Make a persuasion check.
27.
Fuck you.
Shouldn't that be deception?
Tired.
Now, honestly, like, if it were anyone else, I would have told him deception. Because it's Veil, I told him persuasion, because I know exactly what's going on in his mind. Ohm tells you, I'm going to be honest with you, Veil. There is a reason why I wanted you along. It has nothing to do with your abilities. Well, your abilities are possibly useful for what we may be walking into, but that's only a side thing. I was very, very curious to see how the elves would react to having you walk among them. And based on what reports of my people have told me, not as favorable as it could have been, but not nearly as... what's the word I'm looking for? Abrasive as it could have been?
I'll chalk that up as a win.
I'm sure you're aware of the issues going on between the Ilmithican elves and your own people.
And Veil kind of puffs up his chest and he says, "Well aware."
So the fact that you wanted to come in here at all, to me, that's interesting.
The only way to get honey is to go into the beehive.
Well, as you yourself are somebody who represents your people down below, I'm going to say this to you. I don't really care if you're feeling tired and want somebody to carry you around, as long as you're prepared to deal with it. Because for me,
Okay.
it's just more data.
All right. Now, is that him basically saying there could be consequences?
What he's saying is there might be. He's not sure. He has no idea how they are going to react. But he's definitely going to record it.
You
Alright, so
got
my-
one reaction in Weston already, and you learned something from that.
Got
Yeah,
a reaction
so
in
my,
Port Valena too.
My reason for it isn't because this is just my out of game. My reason for it is just to be on alert and save me a round of unfolding a portable hole if we are to be attacked. So it's more of a defensive / offensive move as opposed to Veil being lazy.
Well, then don't ride on them like a throne of freaking creepiness.
Well, I mean, they act on my turn anyway, so dismounting is basically maybe even 5 feet of movement, which is fine with me.
I need to
It's more
invent some
a
mechanic.
strategic. I'm sorry, what?
I'm just talking shit.
Like, you having them walk alongside you is a show of you being a necromancer. You having them on a throne in front of all these elves is kind of like rubbing your ass right in their face. I'm just letting you
Okay,
know.
yeah,
That's
so
how that
at the end
feels.
At the end of the day, I mean, Vale could, obviously have more intelligence than he's intelligent, so he could see that as an insult, a possible insult towards the company he's currently with, and choose to, instead of making them carry him, can have him walk alongside for a strategic opportunity.
I think that's a decent compromise, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't necessarily, Vale's a lazy dick, but at the end of the day, it's more for for strategy. So
We'll let you ride them later.
So, like, Ohm said what he said, and he kind of pats you on the shoulder, and you see his books in his hand, his quills in his other hand, and he kind of walks back to the rest of his group, and he yells out to the conclave members, "Okay, gather up! We're heading towards the next location." And he's just waiting to see what you do.
So while that was happening,
Yes, go ahead.
were we like close to that cliff wall with the big gash in it?
You're about 120 feet away from it. You're not too far. You can see it, but you haven't walked up to it yet.
Okay, never mind.
So,
Daylight,
so while that conversation was going on, and Vale, you can tell us what you're going to do. I would like everybody else to tell me what they were doing during that time. But go ahead, Vale.
Nothing special. I'm probably still trying to teach Eloise how to throw a decent punch. Failing.
Hiya!
Give me a straight
Hiya!
strength. Give me a straight strength check, Eloise.
Hiya!
But do you pull him out, Vale?
So I was going to seek the counsel of Mr. Blood.
Oh.
Okay. So while that was going on, Liam was punching with Eloise. Let's see what she rolled. Yeah,
Hiya!
that's about right.
No, it's not. It's not with your. You throw your whole body. It's not a muscle thing. It's like this.
That would be a 30, folks.
Finally.
Roll your damage.
So I'm training decent. I'm showing you the proper form.
After punching her in the face.
I'm not hitting her.
Yeah, you were.
Damage for the air.
Roll your.
How much do you hurt the air?
I'm not. There's no point in rolling damage. It's nothing.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just curious. Okay. Apollyon, Blood, what were you doing during that time?
I guess Veil said he wanted to come.
Yeah, he's going to come up to you. I just wanted to know if you had anything you wanted to do.
No,
If
he
not,
would have just been chatting with his brother and just chit chat, going over things.
Apollyon?
Special.
Apollyon's like not paying attention. He's distracted by flexing his own muscles.
Fair enough. So you see Ohm walking back towards the group and gathering up the conclave people. Veil comes over to you, Blood, and seems to want your opinion.
Yeah, I have seen how these people kind of react to you. I don't mind them, and I will defend you if it comes to that. I get it. You like being on high. I'm not gonna say you're being spiteful or lazy or something like that. I've seen how you operate. I know it's much more than that. I mean, if you want to bring him out, bring him out.
Your brother.
Know that you're gonna get some looks.
Your brother asks, "What exactly is he wanting to do?"
Should I show him?
Yeah, you might as well just show him.
So I open up the hole and I let him gaze in.
Don't shoot.
So we kind of do the portable hole a little weird, but you can actually see inside. But two looks down, Alnad looks down, and Kumna looks down. And how many casts of Raised Undead did you cast?
So I upcasted a while, a couple days back. I did not. The 6 that I just received are still dead in there.
Oh,
I
yeah.
only have 8 that are animated currently.
Got it. Okay, so the two of them look down at these 8 creatures, these Quagoth from the Underdark, and that are re-raised as zombies. And I'm going to say, go ahead and roll an insight check, both of you.
All right, and as they're looking, I say, "Woo!" Say hello, and they all wave in unison.
God, that's a 4. God, I got a 16 off of that.
Yeah, I got an 8.
Bad roll.
Blood, you can definitely tell that Kumna is uneasy.
I'm used to that.
Yeah. Alnad looks to you, Veil, and he says, "And what's your purpose for these things?"
So, I say to him, I say, Blood has his bow, Liam has his staff and fists, Apollyon has his horns and spear and trident, and I say, these are my weapons, these are my family. No, not family. These are my constituents. They protect me, they protect us. As quick as Blood can draw a bow and pierce an enemy, these can grapple the enemy to make that shot even more deadly.
They are unsettling, yes, but they do come quite handy in a fight.
I like your comment, Eloise.
Has no specialty.
Yeah. So, for those of you who are listening,
She's really good at talking to trees.
for those who are listening and not watching, Eloise, after Veil was saying that, Eloise put, I like how he just completely left out Eloise. And yeah.
Everyone has something they're really good at, except for her.
But
has her
He
tail.
looks over at her trying to punch and goes, yeah.
yeah, no, that's valid. That's 100% valid. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, she doesn't have any martial prowess.
I don't know if the word is retcon, but can I just say that Eloise is fantastic with her spells and area of effect, and her ability to capitalize on my area effect spells or my current spells to multiply it and use it as a force multiplier.
Don't
those
worry,
combo
Eloise
moves.
can't hear this conversation, and even if she could, she wouldn't be offended by it. 'Cause she's
It's
like,
true.
yeah, I can't hit things. That's fine.
Well, yeah, I was thinking more like in my defense as well, I was thinking more of like physical
Yeah.
things that
No,
are
no
used for fighting.
worries.
Now that's what makes it funny, because we all know you weren't intentionally sliding her. That's
No,
why it's
no.
funny.
So, no, you can't retcon it.
But no, you can't. Anyway,
Well, I mean, if you tried, probably the two that you're also talking to in blood, everyone's just gonna look over at Liam trying to teach Eloise how to punch.
yeah, about that.
But anyway, the Alnad and Kumna, they do converse a little bit in Elven. Now you two understand them, so that's fine. But basically, the gist of it is Kumna is more like, what the fuck is this? This is really weird and mildly disturbing. Alnad says, I think he's using them for, and he uses a word which we don't have cannons in this world, but cannon fodder would be the approximation of what he's saying.
Yeah.
Is there a form of chess in this game?
Oh yeah, definitely.
For pawns.
Yeah.
Pawns.
Rapans.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's actually a very good one. He begins talking chess and dragon
What
chess.
can I say except you're welcome?
What can I say?
When he says that, Blood will be like, he goes, exactly. It's a lot better for them to go than for us. Plus, one of them actually saved Liam's life. He got stuck in one of Veil's spells, and one of them actually went in and dragged him out. He would have died. And that
Bones Jones.
weirdly, it grew attached to Liam after that. I didn't know they could have personalities, but that one, it was a little weird. But yeah, they're unsightly, but they're worth it.
Kumna says a phrase, which basically he says a phrase to Alnad that is, "You're the boss. You make the call. You take the heat." And Alnad looks at you, looks at Veil, and with that 27 persuasion, he says, just don't do anything weird with them. These men are uneasy about you in the best of circumstances, and my authority only goes so far. He's saying this to you, Veil.
Now, knowing his brother, would he infer that his brother is insinuating that Veil might find comfort in the arms of one of these creatures? Or
I mean, so I just will point out that the High Elves and the Drow have been in a literal Cold War for the past 1,000 years, and there's not a lot of love lost between the two of them. So I'm sure Veil thinks that the High Elves do all sorts of perverted things with the trees they cultivate, just like I'm sure that the High Elves think the Drow do some really fucked up things as well. So,
With spiders.
yeah. So feel free to infer what you will.
let me
I
say
think
this.
I know why Eloise made that save.
Yeah.
So training was going.
So what happens is, like, as Alnad says that, and Veil begins to start instructing his zombies to climb up over each other to get up the 10 feet to get out of the hole. Everybody just hears a thwack as Ohm happens to be walking by Eloise in that moment, kicks her foot just slightly, and she goes ass over tea kettle and just face plants right down on the ground.
Oh, I thought it was her tail.
No, it's Ohm this time. And he just kind of looks down at you and he says, hey, you fall all wrong. And he looks over at you, Liam, and he says, you really need to train her better. And then he just walks away.
And I just look up at Liam. There's a right way to fall?
Of course there is. Blood is he's like, of course.
Well, yes, but you've never asked me before, so I didn't think Yes, there is.
If we all hear this, Bullet will be like, she does fall a lot. Maybe you should, yeah.
I just roll onto my back.
What was that one with the tail? Maybe we should meet her again. She didn't die, did she? The one with the
No.
tail?
No, Niasi? No, she's still alive.
Yeah, no, she's
We-
good.
She's the only one that survived!
We need to meet up with her again so she can train you how to use that thing.
She didn't understand why I was asking her how to use it. She's like, well, you just use it. And I'm like, great, awesome. I don't know how to do that.
I mean, I haven't used my new tail very much, but it hasn't attacked me yet.
And she's just giving you a dirty look.
No, it's more like I roll my eyes at you and then I give a dirty look to Blood and his brother.
Fuck did we do?
The first piece of advice you gave me when I asked you was just wrap it around yourself like I do, and then you wrap your tail around your waist.
Alright, I do remember that.
Alnad calls out, well, in all fairness, in a battle, that's a good piece of information.
I mean, Oz are a little bit more flexible and, malleable. I mean, look at this. I mean, he's a player. He goes, look, I can even put it in my pocket.
The two cats are just wiggling their tails around.
Yours is a little thicker, Miss Eloise.
This episode got so fucking weird.
Alright, regardless, Veil, he look at all that and, Kumna, and he's like, I will take responsibility for watching him, and he's not going to do anything weird. He's not going to attack the other elves. That's not his thing. I know they're unsightly, I know they're weird, and it's something that's frowned upon everywhere we have gone. But I mean, these things are I don't want to say family, because that's the wrong word, but he looks after
I don't want to use the term minions either.
He looks after them, and they look after him.
They're his pets.
They have protected us on more than one occasion.
Maybe henchmen.
Just,
Pets.
I'll take responsibility.
And the boys have columned up.
Okay.
That's your H there.
They're his
Yeah.
weapons, really.
Yeah.
Well, with that, Ohm actually calls the Conclave members over, and he tells them to situate themselves behind the zombies. The rest of the elves have kind of moved around in a big O circle around your group. You can still see all of them. I don't really see a need to put them on the map, but they were all kind of just very warily watching Veil and his things, but none of them are outright attacking. Kumna and Alnad take positions along either side, and with that, your Ohm says, "Well, let's go ahead and check out this cliff face, shall we?" And
Zombies first. Ah.
yeah. With that, your entire little odd sort of caravan of people start making their way the last 150 feet or so towards that cliff face. And since it's 8:38, why don't we go ahead and take a 10-minute break?
Cool.
We'll jump back in at the cliff face, and we'll see what y'all want to do from there. So stay tuned, everybody. We will be back in 10 minutes or less. I want to make this quick. And when we get back, we'll finish up and find out what they're actually going to face there in front of the horrible creature known as the World Ender. Stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back. And when we last left off, our team was making their way through the ruins towards the cliff face. At the edge of this ruined Tabaxi settlement in the land that the elves call Syol'yn Revar. Now, as you all get close to it, you can see that jagged, angular opening, just a crack along the front face of this cliff wall, which the cliff itself is fairly high. It's about 40 feet tall. The jagged cleft in it is 20 feet across, but only 2 feet wide, and it is extremely dark inside. Now, some of you do have some dark vision, but it's small enough that you really do need to walk up to it to see much beyond that jagged exterior. Now, the closer you get, Eloise, you are particularly interested in this, is the fact that the rock is completely smooth, almost glass-like in its texture. But as you're getting close to it, like, you want to reach your hand out because it looks extremely sharp.
I want to touch the butt.
Okay. You're all getting closer, and I'm going to move you to the next map, just like I promised you I would at the end of last year. This time I actually put the zombies on there, but Eloise, you can see that jagged crack, 20 feet long, 2 feet wide, and it's maybe about 2 or so feet off the ground. So, like, you're looking at it, and if you were to try to climb through it, you have to kind of step up and over and kind of go around. And you can tell it's definitely going to be a challenge because, like, there's no place where there's areas of jagged rock. There's areas of just sharp points. Like, imagine, if you would, a brownish, grayish taupe almost kind of color, but of obsidian. And that's kind of what you're seeing here. But Eloise being Eloise, we all know exactly what she's going to do. She's going to go run up and look, I assume. So what are you wanting to do? What? So you're just going to reach out and touch the cliff, or are you going to touch, like, the opening? Describe for me what you're wanting to do.
The cliff first. I want to see how smooth it is.
Okay.
Are you looking for a glowing piece of the super aggro crag?
I don't know what that refers to.
You may have to explain that.
Guts reference.
A what?
You guys remember that show Global Guts?
No.
No.
On this crag?
No.
All right, Nickelodeon.
Sorry, bud. Send us a Wikipedia. We'll look at it later.
That's one of those 2% of our audience will get it, though.
Yeah. That 2% who's watching right now, they're laughing their ass off. But for the rest of us, Eloise, just go ahead and make for me a general investigation check as you reach out and kind of touch and feel this. Actually, also, I'm going to give you a better one. Give me a nature check.
Okay. What do you feel like? 11.
Oof, yeah. You reach out and you feel it, and like I said, it's almost as smooth like onyx. It feels very, very smooth. There's like pit marks here and there that as your fingers kind of go across it. And then as you raise your hand upward and start feeling along the edge of the cliff, it becomes a bit bumpier, a bit more solid, but still that smooth finish is definitely there.
Does it feel like this is something that would have happened naturally, like if water kind of erodes on something and it becomes smooth, or does this feel more like made by a person, or does this feel magical? Like, what kind of our smoothness are we talking about here?
Unfortunately, with your 11, you're not entirely sure. Like, you've touched a lot of different things in nature throughout the years, and you've actually felt onyx, stone, and you felt glass, and none of those textures quite describe what the sensation underneath your palms are. It's unique and disturbing in a way, but in a way that you can't quite put your finger on.
I remember the crag now.
Okay.
What are you, friend? I'm gonna peek through the crack.
Give me a perception check.
12.
You glance in there, and you do you still have your goggles of dark vision?
Absolutely.
Now, I don't know if you all know this, but I recently read a thing about dark vision that I've never really done too much in our games. Technically,
No color?
technically, the very simple fact is that having dark vision allows you to see in darkness as though you are in low light. So when you're in low light, you roll at disadvantage for any perception or investigation checks. I didn't know that until recently.
Okey-dokey, I roll again.
It doesn't actually matter.
It's still a 12.
Yeah. It didn't really matter. It's just something that I learned recently, and I'm not going to hold to it this too much during the rest of this campaign because we're almost over, but next campaign... but next campaign it will, and I'll expand on that further. But with your 12, you lean forward, and you're looking, and you're trying to see. You can see a little bit past that with your dark vision. You can see large stalagmites coming up from the ground on either side. You can see an odd sort of texture to the floor and a ceiling that, from your limited dark vision, it starts off at that 2 feet and kind of juts upward and opens up out. Now, the gap that you're seeing is about 20 feet wide, but it definitely widens from beyond that and goes upward. But to your 60 feet, you do have 60 feet of dark vision. You'd be able to see that, at the very least, you can see that the chamber opens, and there's a lot of stalactites on the ceiling, jutting downward as well. And I will allow you to, see what's beyond here now. But as you're doing that,
Guys?
I'm going to need you to make an acrobatics check or a dexterity saving throw. I will allow either.
Nope, still no. Hey, if I had tried to roll acrobatics, it would have been 0. So
Yeah, so as you lean your head against the edge of this crack, trying to look in there, forcing yourself, trying to peer much beyond it. Unfortunately, as you're leaning your head against the rock, you lean forward and kind of scrape your scalp against that sharp, jagged edge, and you cry out in pain. You are not expecting it to be this sharp, but it is fucking sharp. And you cut yourself along your brow, taking 20
Jesus
points
Christ.
of
Jeez.
slashing damage. Wow, I rolled really well. And blood begins just pouring down your face as you lean backwards. Like her skull is partially visible right now.
it looks like a mouth. It looks like a mouth. It looks like a mouth on the inside.
Stay away from the walls.
Did the mouth bite you?
It's sharp. It looks like a big ass mouth. I should do something about this. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I shall do a cure wounds at 2nd level.
All right, we'll step away from the mouth there.
Ohm sees this, and he comes running up to you, and he's kind of like wanting to check you out as well. Oh my god, what? Did you just rest your head against that?
I scraped it. It's okay. I'm okay.
As you start feeling faint from blood loss, that's a lot of damage.
The blood's helping you up. He'll dump a level 1 cure to you as well.
I'm okay.
I'll give you not the sharpshooter. That's still clicked. I don't know why.
I was only down 3, but thank you.
Yeah.
Oh no! No, you were. Oh well, he gave you. 10,
Yeah, she already healed
I did
herself.
17.
Level 1.
Yeah.
He just did level 1.
Okay.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Thanks.
I'll look over at Blood, and I think at this point maybe we would do like a paper, rock, scissors to see who goes first here.
All right. So what a dex.
paper rock.
Wait.
What are you
Did I
doing?
get it all?
Challenge? Just so you want to do like a sleight of hand check here? Is that what you want to do?
If that's how you want to do it, I thought we could do. We're both on screen. I thought we could just do it.
Oh, you want to actually do a real? I didn't know if you wanted to do like have our characters
You
do
need to
it.
roll a dex to get into it, or was that just because Eloise was peering?
An
in,
acrobatics or a dex save, Matt said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit, we can
Well,
both
if you
do
don't want to be first, I'll go ahead and take the lead here.
it. He doesn't care. So an acrobatics check, or do you want a dex save? Which one do you want?
Just Rochambeau on camera. You're both right there.
Well, I was saying he's gonna go. I just didn't know which.
Alright,
fuck. You know?
Here, I'll count it.
Alright,
Alright, fine.
Alright.
Scissors, both.
1,
1,
3, 2,
two,
1, go.
3.
Well, see, you're fucking.
Rock,
You waited
I
till
got
I
you,
did it
Rock.
first. Yeah, but I fucking because you're counting slow.
Whatever. We both did scissors on the first one. How am I cheating that time?
You didn't. But
Son of a-
you-
How dare you?
He's-
Get my
we can both-
integrity. My integrity is beyond question. How dare you?
Okay.
I leap into there with the 25.
Okay. So, what happens is Blood and Liam, just as Eloise is kind of reeling back a little bit,
Did I get it all?
yeah, he just goes diving forward through this crack, and Ohm's like, Liam, wait! As you very easily manage to get through this. Blood with
Mouth! Don't go into its mouth!
Blood with an
Liam
18.
uses his blind sight and just kind of twists and turns at the perfect points and like totally misses all the teeth.
Yeah, you very easy, like, you just do this, both of you do these weird freaking matrix moves, climbing through this, having to wiggle yourselves and get yourselves at the right angle, but you're able to get through the mouth, and you can see on the inside.
Is this something we could like set up a rope through the crack to get out so people can climb through easier?
Unfortunately, how would a rope get you through a 2-foot space?
I don't know.
No.
Just
it-
we can set it up inside so they can.
No,
roll
what
on.
what this is you're having to climb your way through a very narrow space and not get scraped up or cut by these super jagged and sharp pieces of, well, we'll call it rock, I say in parentheses. But you can either make if you want to just automatically start climbing through, you're going to have to make either an athletics or an acrobatics check to get on the other side. But don't go too far yet, because
I just want to make room.
as you're saying that, as you both wiggle your way through and get to the other side, you hear Ohm yelling, What the hell are you doing? We don't have any information on what's in there yet, and you're just going to dive through a fucking crack on the wall?
It's a
YOLO.
mouth.
We're here
It's a
to
mouth.
gather information.
We love crack.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know how we're supposed to find anything out that's inside if we don't go inside.
Yeah, let's have a shot while we're in here. If you want to climb through, be careful. We'll kind of do a quick scout of the immediate area.
You said it was a 2-foot gap, Matt?
2-foot gap. And, like, so imagine, like, these sharp points that are, like,
Yeah,
weird,
like a
weird,
mouth.
yeah, like a mouth, exactly, yeah.
I'm gonna wild shape into a bat.
I'm gonna wild shape into a bat, okay.
Yeah.
So that makes it 1,000 times easier, but it's still a challenge, so you do need to make this. Now, I'm going to allow you to make either an acrobatics check, a athletics check, a dexterity saving throw, because you're so small and as a bat, at advantage.
Okay. All I can do is roll a dex, just straight dex, because I don't have all the other stuff. Anyways.
No, I don't want.
12 again.
Yeah, you go flying through there, and you think you're doing well. You start flying right on there, and you just misjudge, and there's this one little sharp point that you scrape your back against, and it immediately cuts you. And you're gonna take less damage this time, but you're still gonna take enough to poof you out of a bat. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah. My bat is.
Oh wow! I rolled ridiculously high on that.
Yeah, 1d4 minus 1. Yeah, I'm back to a dragonborn.
So roll a 1d4 real quick.
Okay. 2.
Okay.
So I take 12.
You take Eloise. You physical form takes 12 points of damage as you're getting through. You poof out and you land on the ground right there in front.
Oh, I make it through.
You did make it through. You did make it through and land on the other side, but holy fuck, that hurt. And
we're inside the scary, creepy mouth.
Apollyon and Veil, you just watched your 3 friends go jumping into this mouth as Ohm is protesting, hey, wait, stop, don't run in there blindly. Kumna and Alnad both have looks of horror on their faces right now, and I imagine your zombies, Veil, are just going, oh.
Yeah. So I don't know what Apollyon was thinking, but if he makes any movement towards the opening of the mouth, Veil's just going to use his intelligence and kind of hold a hand out and say, "Let's just wait a moment, pal."
Where are you guys? What? Oh, you know I can't get through there.
Now,
we'll find some nice oil to lube you up with, and maybe you can slide through easier. But for now,
we're gonna have to pull it through.
Let's wait and see what.
This is where the party splits up, y'all.
No, I'm gonna look out and I'm like, don't touch the teeth. They hurt a lot. They're really sharp.
With the 320, the bow gives me I guess, dark vision. How much of this cave or mouth?
Well, allow me to give you some actual dark vision then. So I always forget about that. I need to change it.
I mean, it was just, I think, 90 after he got or 120 after the.
What is it now?
Stalker, but then the bow is 320. That's what it says on the bow's item description.
Yeah.
320. So yeah, it's just absurd.
It's bananas. BANANAS.
There you go. You can see a lot more.
Always super dilated. Like all this light is constantly coming in.
So I mean, it is still in black and white. You can't see any colors or textures, but you can see certain things. And I'm going to describe it for you. I'm going to describe it for those who can't see. It's goddamn. It's a bit disconcerting. It definitely widens out. Let's see here. Hold on one second.
There's a tongue?
Yeah.
It looks like it.
Bye, guys.
Is there a uvula? Oh my god, is there a uvula?
Okay, so
Goodbye.
See that far.
Who's saying bye? What?
Saying goodbye to them.
Oh. Okay.
Swallowed.
So in this area, you can see that the ceiling goes upward at an angle, rising from about 5 feet right at the edge where Eloise was, to about 30 feet at its highest point, at this dome area in the center of the cavern, right about there. Long stalactites reach downward from the ceiling in various places throughout the cavern itself, giving it a bit of a claustrophobic feel. In the center of the cavern, along the ground, is a wide section of what appears to be a 20-foot wide and 2-foot tall piece of, well, you can't see color, but it almost has the texture of leather. Shriveled and odd-looking.
It's a desiccated tongue.
As you're all stepping into there, the ground is strange, almost tacky, and slightly squishes down as you're all stepping into it, almost like mud, and yet it's spongy, and like you take a few steps and you're having a hard time moving. You realize that this is actually a bit of difficult terrain in this area. Now, Liam, you ignore this. You're able to kind of just step along the top of it without sinking in. But for the two of you, Eloise and Blood, your feet sink down into it and it kind of suctions almost a little bit.
Is it magical difficult terrain?
No.
Then it's not difficult terrain for me.
Because of the land druid?
Yeah.
It still is. And you like the first thought, like, why is this affecting me? I'm at one with the land. I'm at one with nature, but it's the ground still like suction cups to your feet a little bit, to your boots. And it's still a hard time to move through this.
I'm a poke it.
You bend down and poke it, and
Yeah.
I mean, you have to put a lot of pressure to get an indentation in there. But as you raise your finger backwards, you see that the ground kind of moves up a little bit. As though, like, you know, when you, like, imagine putting your finger in silly putty, but or magic sand, actually, is a better one. Magic sand, you push into it, and then it kind of closes up the gap again. That's what you're seeing here, just a lot slower.
It's squishy, guys. It's not, and it's not regular earth kind of squishy. Not like moss kind of squishy.
Yeah.
Hey, it's pretty nice in here. The temperature is just right. I think you'd like it.
Will you stop screaming?
What
Time we
the
had-
hell is the matter with you all? You don't just jump blindly into what we think is an actual... We don't even know what this is. But you're saying you see teeth. You're seeing bone... What?
It looks like teeth.
So,
Maybe.
Apollyon and Veil, the two of you are still outside this.
Yep.
You watch as Ohm walks over to the cliff face itself, runs his hands along it, and it almost seems like he's looking for something. And then, does everybody remember in Kill Bill when Beatrix is doing put her fingers against the board and punch it?
Yeah.
Remember that? He does.
Exploding heart technique. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's different. This is just the 1-inch punch. It's something that Bruce Lee is very famous for. And it's unfortunate that you're on the other side of this cliff, because I guarantee Liam would have loved to see what he's doing, but you're not, so you don't see this. But he begins to... Go ahead, Jeremy.
I was going to say Vale is learning and studying the technique so good that he could show off and show Liam.
Make an intelligence check.
Maybe he could draw a
All right.
picture for me.
Roll a nat 20.
Just intelligence.
Just intelligence.
23.
It's you can recognize, because you've been spending a lot of time with Liam, you can tell that Master Ohm is without a doubt a true master of martial arts, and he does a technique. You probably couldn't replicate it, but you did mark it, and you could probably describe it for Liam just to make him jealous that you saw it and he didn't.
Okay.
But he does this thing, and you're not quite sure what it is, but then he places a palm against it. And you can almost feel a resonation go outward. At the same time, all of you, the 3 of you inside the mouth, the 2 of you outside the mouth, Kumna and Alnad, the zombies, all feel at the same time this rush of air flowing from inside out, just a push of air for about a second. And then you hear Ohm.
It's alive. It's alive. It's alive.
Ohm
did something. Hang on.
Ohm reacts in surprise and steps backward, and Apollyon and Veil, you see him look back at the rest of the researchers, and this is the first moment you've ever seen Ohm go pale. But that golden hue of his very well-tanned skin seems to just lose color for half a second. And he calls out a very intricate series of orders, telling each member of the conclave to stop what they're doing, to begin pulling things out. You're seeing all of them start pulling out those magical implements and taking readings and stuff like that. And you hear Ohm yell out, "This thing is definitely alive."
Guys, maybe we should not get swallowed.
I think maybe we could go.
Get the heck out of there.
Alive, but not really moving.
Well, you want to go?
I
find
mean,
another
trees
place?
are alive, but you're not afraid of them.
Yeah, well, a tree was not gonna eat me until, I'm dead.
If this is a mouth, buddy, we really do need to leave. I mean, look at how large this place is.
Look at the sharp teeth. That means carnivore.
Right, but it's not one giant creature that's plaguing the land. It's the stuff that's inside that's coming out that's plaguing the land.
It's not
This
coming
may
out
be
of-
alive, but it's alive different than the way you're thinking.
Just polymorph from Eloise. We can get out of here.
Well, here's what happens next, is because as you're all saying this and you're talking and you hear Ohm yell across that, "Hey, this thing is alive," and you're all thinking like, "Oh shit." A mass of tentacles come shooting out from the ceiling towards every single one of you that is in the mouth. Liam, Blood, and Eloise. So I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative as we enter this sneak attack round.
Click your characters.
Click on your characters, please.
Good call. Ooh, good roll, Eloise.
Thanks.
Ooh, Veil with a 4.
It was bound to happen eventually.
Who the heck is Jareth? He's not out, I don't think.
Okay. Okay. So, the first thing that's happening is a shitload of attacks are coming at your group as this huge mass of tentacles come flying out towards you. So this first group of 4 is coming at Liam.
Here we go.
First one's an 18,
Miss.
20,
Miss.
17,
Miss.
and 23.
Hit.
Okay, so the first one does manage to wrap itself or hit at you, wrapping itself around you, actually, as it grapples you. Target is grappled. It doesn't do any damage. That's interesting. Okay, it wraps around you and begins pulling you back, pulling you about 5. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15 feet, or 15 feet in that direction, and 20 feet up, because that's where it is right now. 20 feet up. So basically what happened is this stalactite suddenly shoots out a bunch of tentacles, one of them managing to wrap around Liam. Now, unfortunately for the rest of you, this also happens to Eloise and Blood. So, Blood, we're coming after you next. That's a nat 20, so I assume that hits. So you are grappled as well.
He can't be surprised though, so shouldn't it just be a 15?
Oh, that's true. I did forget about that. You cannot be surprised. So you're right. So these would not be at advantage. So let's see the other ones.
That one will hit.
But the 22. Oh, the 15 will still hit.
The 22.
Oh, the 20. Yeah.
Where? All right, there's so many different ones. All right, the
It starts
22.
at the 15, 27.
Yeah, the second one was the 22, so that one will get you. And then it's going to reel you 25 feet. Oh, I forgot to tell you one more thing. Well, no, it wouldn't matter in this instance. Never mind, because it's pulling you. Okay, pulls you up to right there. Last one, this is coming towards you, Eloise.
Didn't they get 4 attacks?
Yeah, I'm getting to that point.
Okay.
These are just the tentacles.
Okay.
First one is a 17, Eloise.
It's
Okay. So that one also uses its reel to pull you. Then after the tentacles come out, there's no more people, so the rest of the tentacles are just lashing about, but it has 4 of them. Then it gets to make a bite attack at each of you. This one's for Liam. That's a 25.
Liam.
Yeah, this one's to Liam with a 25.
He took all 4 attacks to get to me. He didn't...
He gets... Just trust me on that. He gets
okay.
4 tentacles come out. He can use reel, and he gets up 1 attack with his bite. If you want to get completely meta,
obviously hits me
about it. Now, this next one is for Blood. It is not an advantage.
Do these things rely on dark vision to see?
No, they do not.
Okay. 16 doesn't hit.
Okay. Last one is at Eloise. And that's a 20.
Yep.
Okay. So, both Liam and Eloise get bitten. Liam, you get 26 points of damage. Eloise also gets 26 points of damage. Let me make sure that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. It did roll it as it's supposed to. But yeah, both of you take 26 points of damage. And I will also give you, you Blood, especially with your high passive perception, anyone with a passive perception of 15 or higher would be able to see that there are multiple of these stalactites quivering and seem like they're moving. But now we are at...
Good question.
Yes.
How does my feral instinct ability work?
What does your feral instinct do?
I think it's like the first time we've been surprised since I've had this. So it says I can act as normal on my first turn. Does that mean since I rolled a higher initiative than these other guys, I would technically get to do something this turn?
Let me look. By some...
But only if you enter your rage before doing anything else on that turn.
I'll do that. To get an extra turn, hell yeah.
So here's how I'm going to rule this. If you were in the mouth with them, I would say that yes, you would be able to use this feature. But since there's literally a wall between the two of you, and you wouldn't be able to see this fact, you would basically be able to react after the fact, because these things are doing this without you seeing them, because you just had zero line of sight. Does that make sense, Apollyon?
Yeah, I would hear them. I heard them like yelling back and forth to us.
Yes,
right?
yes, you definitely heard them.
Would you allow me to just like take out my weapon and activate the lightning on it and not move?
Yeah,
Like
I'll.
getting ready for battle.
I will allow that.
Okay, cool. That's what I'm gonna do. And also, you answered my question, but my follow-up question was going to be, can I see the tentacles coming out? But I guess not.
Yeah, you probably with a 2 foot gap, you might have seen like something happen and their legs be pulled up. Like you would have seen them at least being pulled out of your vision, but you wouldn't have seen the things that did it or seen much of the tentacles as they came down.
Okay.
But you definitely heard it.
I'm just going to take out my trident and electrify the end of it, preparing for battle.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions before we start at the top of turn order?
Nope.
Perfect.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
like the first time that ability had actually come up for me, like since I got it. So
Oh yeah,
how
definitely.
that works. Because normally, it would be normal to just like skip everybody in the initiative round, but I think you actually are supposed to go in initiative. It's just like you can't do anything, you can't do anything, you can't
Correct.
do anything. Okay, the monster.
Yeah, correct. And if you were like on the other side of that wall, you definitely would have been able to act before the specific creature.
Cool.
Okay. So now we're starting off at the top of turn order because only 3 things have actually moved, and you had definitely heard that, Apollyon, and reacted as much as you could. Blood from a Stone, you're up first. You're currently grappled and held by this tentacle up in the air, and it just took a bite at you. What do you want to do?
Well, that's not very nice. He's gonna shoot at it. He knows it'll be, disadvantage, but that's what he's gonna do. Assuming I don't get sneak attack on this one. So,
No.
we're not gonna risk sharpshooter until we know what we're dealing with here. So we'll just take his first his attacks and go from there.
Okay. Shot at disadvantage.
Why is it click? The +5 shouldn't. Oh, it's because of all the weapon and that stuff. I think. Why is it?
Is each? Oh, because
Oh, I got
difficult
bless.
terrain.
For some reason, bless is still click. Sorry, so it's only a +2. So
it's
those
actually
+5s
20.
are only
Okay.
3, not 2. Or it's a 2, not a 5. I don't know why.
I mean, but yeah, they both hit.
Well, he's got for the Dread Ambusher first round he gets 3, so 25.
What does the
26,
Dread Ambusher thing do? Just let me.
Just in the first round he gets a.
It's not the first round because they got a sneak attack round.
Well, then don't count the second one, the third one there.
Okay, but the first 2 do hit definitely. And I assume you're doing it at the one that's holding you.
Yeah. God, you got me. I was gonna say I was gonna do Hunter's Mark, and you got me. I was fucking. So I guess we'll click on that one. We'll do this next time. God damn! Look at that ice roll. 30 ice and 23 piercing, so 53.
53 points of damage. Pretty nice. You aim and draw twice and fire point blank at this thing that just tried to snap at you, hitting it right in the face with both of your hits. It screams out in pain, and like the stalactite just opens the giant mouth, and an eye kind of focuses on you. It is definitely hurt, not dead yet.
Alright. I guess he'll just kind of call out a couple of things to two, and just say, I guess indicates like, hey, we're upside down, a lot of shit hanging from the ceiling, get in here.
Okay. That's it for your turn.
In other words, help!
Yeah, pretty much help. Okay, that's it for your turn. Next up, we do have Kumna. He's going to run 5, 10, 15, 20 feet to right there on the edge and try to look through that. He's going to have to use his bonus action to look and get a good sight to see if he can actually see these creatures. So let's see if he can do that. Without issue, those keen elven eyes look through there. He calls out, "We told you to come back, damn it!" As he lines up a short bow shot, maybe?
I will say I wasn't the one shouting while we were in here.
I mean, to be fair, I was about to go and tap on the stalagmites.
Sounds about right. All he has is a short bow.
I wanted to see if they were stone or if they were enamel, like teeth. These ones just look gooey.
24 is going to hit.
Yeah, Veil said he needs ivory.
Yeah, but enamel and ivory are two different things. This isn't an elephant. Well, as far as I know. I didn't get a chance to check the teeth, okay?
Well, it looked like they were sharp.
Okay, an arrow comes flying through that gap and strikes the creature that's currently holding Liam.
Is that the one that was hit already or no?
No, it's not the one that was hit already. He didn't know which one was hit, so he just went with what he perceived as the closest one to him.
Sure. And it reflexively drops me.
If only.
Hey, a 53 didn't drop me. 7 ain't gonna do shit.
Alright, but it is my turn?
Well, yes, it is, oddly enough, your turn.
Alright, so I am currently restrained by this creature.
You are currently grappled, and you're being held aloft in the air 20 feet.
Can I use my action to make an acrobatics to try and get out?
You absolutely can. Let's see here, hold on. Yeah, you can make an acrobatics check.
Alright. Ooh, yes! Just rolled over from the 2 to the 18. 28.
Unfortunately, no, I'm kidding. You're able to wiggle free with your 28 and drop down. Now that was your action to do so.
Yes. That was my action to do. Free action, I will pull my glaive out.
Oh, by the way, it's also a 20-foot drop, so you did drop. Now, if I'm not mistaken, how much damage can you absorb from your slow fall?
Currently 40, I believe. Yeah.
They pulled us 25 feet towards them and then 20 feet up?
Yes.
5 times my monk levels, which I have 8.
Oh yeah, you easily, you don't take any damage from that fall.
No. Right. Then bonus action, I'd like to patient defense myself.
Okay.
And back up a little bit. Free action, pull out my glaive.
Sounds
That's about
good.
all I can do on my turn.
Okay, that's it for your turn. Eloise, you're up next.
Alrighty. I am going to... I don't think it is in my... It is not. Okay, so back to my spells. I'm going to cast Wither and Bloom, and I'm going to upcast it. Let me go
we've
get
seen
one of
this
those
before.
thingies.
So tell us about Wither and Bloom.
She's done it a couple times.
Area effect. I don't know. What's necromantic energy? What color is necromantic energy, Jer?
Green.
Green. Circle.
I was going to say purple, but green
Yeah, I
works.
was gonna go with
20-foot
purple.
radius.
But I just go with Vale's eyes.
Here we go. Okay. Oh no, it's a 10-foot radius. I'm sorry. Let me
I was
delete
gonna
that.
say, Fuck me.
That's the wrong one.
But you could choose who each
what?
creature of your choice in the area. So it could
Mhm.
go over blood, but yeah. But you choose
Yeah.
the creature. Okay.
Yeah, so the creatures who are going to take damage are the 2 stalagmites, and then the creatures who are one creature of my choice. Okay. That's fine. Anyways, right now they both need to make Constitution saving throws.
Okay, con saving
That's
throws.
Step 1.
Yeah, heal yourself.
14 and a 21.
My spell save is
There we go,
18, so one of them saves.
Okay, we'll say the one that's holding
takes-
blood saved.
Okay, and it still takes half damage, so it's 2d6 is... There you go. So it takes 4 damage, necrotic damage, and the one holding me takes 8. Hi, baby. And then one creature of your choice in that area can spend a roll one of its unspent hit dice and regain a number of hit points equal to the roll plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Okay, so this time I'm gonna take the... I'm gonna roll the health.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. So that was 6 plus 5, so I take 11.
11 points of healing. Nice.
Okay. So there we go. So that was action, I believe. Yes.
And that's just instantaneous. It doesn't last.
I don't think it's not a concentration spell, so I think it's duration instantaneous.
Okay.
And then
I think
None
you
of-
roll another d6.
why?
You said you upcast it, right?
Did you upcast it? Or did you
Yeah.
cast
I
it
did.
through?
I cast it at or wait, no, because I only did 2d6. Okay,
You
yeah, I
but
have
you
to
did
roll
it at
another.
third level.
I did a third level. Okay, wait, hang on. 1d6. So add an extra 2 so 10 damage to the one holding me. What
to
was
the
it?
other.
5 to the one holding blood.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. And then.
Okay.
And you can
Hold
roll
on a
another
second.
hit die if you want.
Oh, okay. I can roll another hit die. Awesome. I'm gonna do that. $10 plus
Nice.
5 is 15.
Nice.
It's pretty great. 7. Woo! Alrighty. I need to take those. Okay. There we go. And then I don't think there's anything I can actually do with a bonus action, so that's all I got. I'm gonna wiggle and make it harder for it to hold on to me. That's my bonus action.
Okay, as your bonus action, you wiggle about. Absolutely. Okay.
Come on, Tail, help me for once.
Right?
Apollyon, you're up next. What do you want to do?
Alright, I'm gonna bonus action rage, and as part of my rage move, half of my speed, so I'll jump right up here to the front.
Okay.
Now can I push my way in there?
I mean, you can try. It's going to take your action to try to climb through this. And so what you need to make is either an athletics check or an acrobatics check to climb through.
Don't worry, you need to take damage to hold on to that rage anyway.
Alright, let's do it.
Apple!
26.
Oh, he does great.
You know, your DC was a little bit more difficult for you, Apollyon, because you got those big-ass wings and stuff. But even with that addition that I gave in my mind, 26 is more than enough. So you flatten out your wings, you kind of point your horns, and you start wiggling, and you start climbing through there, and are able to climb your way through without damage. That's also going to cost you half your movement to do so, but you are now on the other side.
Alright.
Eloise is still the only one to take damage there. Twice.
Alright, I'll use the remainder of my movement to get here.
Along the now, I'm going to remind you that inside there, it is
Terrain.
difficult terrain. So you're going to be
okay.
moving at half your speed inside there.
Okay, so I can only get to here. Oh no, wait. I
But you get a little extra as a pounce for your rage, right?
Here, I
yeah,
did
I
that.
already did that.
Okay.
Outside. So yeah, that's as far as I can get. Yeah, I used my action, so that's fine. That's all I'll do. I guess my rage ends. That kind of sucks. That's fine.
No.
Well,
Oh, yeah. You can,
You've still got your next turn. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah,
you
you
can still get hit.
you can.
Oh, okay, right. All right, pass.
Okay, that's it for your
Fingers
turn.
You get hit.
Next up, we have Master Ohm, who has been watching this whole thing through the crack, and he's just yelling out, "God damn it, you all!" And he is actually, well, Veil, you'd be able to see him do a bunch of really dope-ass monk shit as he's trying to control this thing that seems to be exhaling every time you all do something really weird. He's placing his hands on it. He's twisting and touching and jabbing in certain places, and that's kind of what he does for his turn. But you can definitely tell something's going on, and it's complicated.
All right.
Dope-ass monk shit.
Dope ass monkey.
Is he stunning it? Is he extracting aspects?
It's difficult to tell
Yeah.
from our perspective.
I wish Liam was on the other side so I can tell you this, but he's not. So, and he's the only one who would actually get it.
Dang.
Not often is that phrase uttered. Only Liam would understand this.
Yeah, I know. It was really fucking significant, and I rolled a whole paragraph about it, and then Liam jumped in the mouth.
And that's have to do something with alcohol.
But that's okay. I'm not salty at all about it. It's okay.
Oh.
Love you, Matt.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, hold on one second. This dude's gonna fucking move because screw them. Anyway, next off, we got this guy that's holding Eloise. First thing it's going to do is take another big bite out of Eloise. That's a 26 to hit.
Fuck you, asshole.
20 points of piercing damage to you. And then it's going to shoot a bunch of tendrils towards Apollyon, because it can do that. First is a 21 hit.
Nope.
19, 15, 14. So yeah, 4 tentacles come shooting towards you, trying to wrap around you, and you're just jumping back, flapping your wings a little bit to give you that little extra pull, and you're able to dodge.
Yeah. I mean, no, hurt me.
Yeah, unfortunately, none of them hit you. Damn, that sucks for you. Anyway. Next up, we have Alnad's turn, who comes running up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet there next to Alnad, and he just yells up, "God damn it, Blood, you idiot! Why'd you have to go running into the mouth when we told you that's what it was?"
You didn't say shit
You knew
about
it
it
was
being
a
a
mouth.
mouth. Fuck you! You misremembered something there, brother.
He definitely said it's the literal world ender.
Yeah,
As he-
you didn't say this was that.
He's gonna have to make a perception check with his bonus action. 15 is exactly what he needed to be able to see past the crack. He's going to take 2 longbow shots. What the fuck? Wow! Yeah, as distraught as he is, like, one of those arrows probably goes past your ear and almost nicks you, blood from a stone.
It's for lying and saying you knew what this fucking was.
I mean, in all fairness, he did say, "Hey, that's a big fucking creature called the World Ender that we think that is down there."
Say this was the world. This is a
Yeah.
crack in the fucking wall.
I know, right? It's crazy. Next up, we have the roper that Liam managed to get away from. He's sending tentacles at you, buddy.
At disadvantage, please.
Yep, at disadvantage because of the patient defense. Love it. Yeah, that was pathetic with a 10, 9, 11, and 11. These 4 tentacles come shooting out at you, Liam, and you're just like dodging back, blocking it, doing a matrix move, twisting around. Weird. It's almost like a dance for you.
Yep. 2, 3, a 4, and a 7.
Yeah.
That's what you just rolled.
Yeah, that was shit.
Yep. Dodge, duck, and dodge.
Wait, no, 2, 2, 3, and 2 4s because I saw it's an 11 for. Oh, yeah.
Dodge, dip, dive, duck, dodge.
The roper was just throwing wrenches.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, next up.
All right.
It ain't you.
I'll use my. Oh.
It ain't you. Sorry, buddy. But, Blood, you would be able to see this as another one of these stalactites starts moving towards you. It's already, one of the creatures is already holding you, but it sends 4 tentacles out at you as well, trying to grab you as it gets close. I assume the 24 gets you.
Oh, yeah.
So you're currently being held by 2 of them. And it pulls you, like, away from that one and tries to take a bite at you as well.
Ladies. Well, that'll hit.
Shit.
Ow.
Yeah, you're double grappled. Ugh.
Ladies, let's not fight.
Ooh.
God, why are all these numbers the exact same?
That is weird.
They're different die rolls, though.
Yeah, they are. I'm looking at the number. That is so weird. Anyway, yeah, 46 points of piercing damage as this thing chomps down onto your thigh and rips a huge piece of meat off of you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Vale, now it's your turn.
Yeah. All right. So Vale's gonna go up to this area, and he has to use a bonus action to see if he can see, or with
Yes.
his dark vision, does he automatically see? Okay.
Nope. It's not that you can see past it with the dark vision. Is you're trying to get a good view of things that aren't really at the best angle for you because you got this big open crack, and then you're having to look around the teeth and all that. So that's why you're doing a perception check. But yes, perception
Okay,
check bonus
perception.
action.
Okay. That's
15. You are able to see everything.
right,
I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this thing. Hold on. There you go.
Okay, so he sees 4 ropers, And his 4 friends.
Your 4 friends. Liam's on the ground, Apollyon's on the ground, Eloise and Blood are dangling in the air, probably about 20 feet off the ground, being held by these things right next to them.
I don't want to be eaten like this!
Alright, so Veil's gonna take his staff and lean it towards the back of the cave, probably around here, so he can get these 3 ropers. These 3 right here with a fireball, but not get blood.
Go ahead and pull out your little template.
Alright, let's see, it's a...
How to insult a man's temple size.
And wake up.
20-foot radius. So template, let's see. Circle. 20-foot radius. What the hell? I drag it on here?
Yeah, just drag it.
Okay.
Drag and drop.
There we go.
And I imagine you're aiming for the ceiling. So is part of the fireball going to have to hit the ceiling as well, because dome and whatever.
Yeah, for circumference.
Okay, go ahead and what is it? Dex saving throws.
Yep.
I believe so.
Hold on, let me first
What's
I'm
your
gonna put
DC?
it down, and then I'm going to upcast it.
Oh, do it. Upcast that baby.
Oh boy.
Let's see.
And there's a reason why.
I'll have to look at the stats later, so I think I'll just do a 4 for now.
4th level fireball.
Actually, you know what? Upcasting it for fireball doesn't do much, so I'm gonna keep it at level 3. This seems to be the most effective.
Aw.
Yeah, you'd have to really
It's your call.
It's gonna be 21 fire or
Okay.
on a pass. I mean, DC is 19.
Let's see how they can roll. They have so much dex. These are definitely things that move around really fast, being stalactites and all.
Oh wow.
I'd like to point out that the largest number I rolled was a 12 out of 4 of them.
Well, you only
Sorry,
needed 3
It
rolls.
only hit
but yeah.
3.
Well, you assume I only hit 3. But Blood and Eloise would see that as this thing explodes, this fireball explodes, a 4th stalactite reacts from the giant fireball that incinerated not far from you. Another thing that happens is as this fireball explodes,
We stepped
the
into it now.
entire ground and the cave around you begins to rumble and shake just slightly, as though a really, really, really big thing had a flare go off in his
fireball
mouth.
cut his mouth?
Yeah, pretty much. So that's kind of what happened. Now,
I'm gonna
I'll-
get away from view.
so let me do some math real quick.
Does it look like all the damage went through?
I would say that you'd be able to tell that they definitely look charred and they took the full damage.
Okay.
Hi, baby. Yes, I know. Yes, I'll
Okay.
see you soon.
So that's what happened there. That was your action and your bonus action, Veil. Can you do anything else?
I just moved as to not take any repercussions from some tentacles.
Fair enough. Okay. That's it for Veil. It is Jareth's turn next.
Jareth is just going to fly out back here and make sure nothing's going to approach us from the rear.
Probably a smart move. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception. 20.
Good news is right now nothing seems to have gotten your actions haven't called anything's attention, but Jareth is definitely up there keeping an eye out.
All right.
Okay.
And I'm all done.
Last Roper, this is the one that's one of the two that's holding blood. The first one that was holding blood. It looks very hurt. It is charred. It's got arrows sticking out of it. It's not having a great day. And in retaliation for this, the first thing it's going to do is take a bite at you, Blood.
Of course.
But it's only a 14.
So he's just so pissed. He's like, just fucking going ape shit. He just can't do it.
I imagine like it's pulling you towards its mouth. It's opening its mouth. You put your feet on its teeth, and you're like straining, holding yourself back from this thing.
Dancing him back and forth as he keeps like moving.
Yeah.
With different teeth.
Yeah, pretty much. Then it sends out 4 tendrils. It's got a lot of these tendrils.
I thought it can't use one if it's wrapping somebody else up with that tendril.
You wish that would be the case, but but that's not, because 4 more tendrils come shooting out at you, Liam.
They are at disadvantage, sir.
It looks like there's 6 in the on the picture of it. On the little
16's the highest, so I assume that's not going to grab you.
It's not going to cut it.
But they're trying hard. It still has the one wrapped around Blood, and it has 4 more waving about. So there's 5 of them currently waving around.
These things.
Yeah, that's going to be it for that round, and we're starting things off.
Know this, but this helped in the killing of another debauchery member.
It's true. It's true. And he was a lot lower level than your group was.
Yeah, that's very true. These things are mean.
Wait, can I just... I'm sorry. I'm just reading my Staff of Powers, and it looks like Fireball has to be cast at 5th level through my staff, which I did. So...
extra 2d6, or... yeah.
I think it's...
It'd be an extra 2d6, so go ahead and roll 2d6.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just wanted to...
Well, we can always just say that you've cast the spell, then. That's fine.
No,
9 extra
I don't
points.
have the spell prepared.
Fair enough, 9 extra points.
9.
Yeah. 8 1 drops.
Nope.
We're not that lucky.
Yeah. Alright.
You came close, but no. There we go. I adjusted everything. Hey, Blood, guess what? It's your turn, and like your feet are on this thing's teeth. You're pushing back as it's pulling towards you. Like the tongue is kind of coming out from the mouth and running up your leg a little bit. What are you gonna do?
I guess he'll just shoot it in the face. That's all he can. He's just gonna try and go right for the fucking inside the thing's mouth, because he's figured try and kill the one and then worry about escaping from the second one. Unless a third one comes into play. So yeah, he'll just he'll do his disadvantage on the one, and this time he is gonna put Hunter's Mark on, because Hunter's Mark can be moved, so he's gonna put it on the one that he's looking at now, the one that's the first one.
That's your bonus action to do so.
That's what else has he got?
I'm narrating for the audience.
He'll take first shot. We're gonna go Blazing Bowstring.
Blaze it.
24.
Gonna hit.
And that's does it's got the fire and the hunter's mark for top thing.
Oh yeah, that's more than enough to take this thing out. It had 5 hit points left, so you fire that bow with your blazing bowstring. The arrow goes through there, explodes in fire and ice, and the thing relaxes and drops to the ground dead. And you would fall with it if it weren't for the fact you were held. Yeah, another one's holding on to you.
Look at that when he's like, "You are a delight, so thank you," and then he's gonna shoot at it. He's gonna go. We'll save the second use of blazing bowstring on this one, but he's gonna shoot at it, and he can't do the hunt. He's got to transfer the
The
hunt.
thing that took a hunk out of your lip. You said you are a delight.
Well, he's holding him from fucking falling to the ground.
31.
31.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Regular shot. He's got to wait till next round to move the hunter's mark. So, just 15 on this one.
15 points of damage. Got it.
You were playing in the water dish again, weren't you?
No. Unless you count this thing's his own blood mixed with the saliva.
His
all
chest
wet.
hair is all wet.
So yeah, he's just gonna be like, all right, well, this is my life now.
Well, next up is Kumna's turn. He's going to have to make his perception check again, because he's not going to climb through that fucking gap. Of course he's not. Why would he do that just willy-nilly?
Pussy asshole.
Because he didn't win at paper, rock, scissors.
He aims at blood.
He didn't hear him say that.
I know. A 19 misses, actually.
It's got to be a 20 then. 20 or 21 or something like that. I mean, all of mine are ridiculous.
All of yours have been 30.
Yeah, your all has been stupidly high.
Yeah.
He misses twice. He takes 2 shots with that short bow. Both of them go wide. He kind of swears a little bit, but that's his turn.
I believe in you.
That guy's just going to chill. There's plenty of movement going on. He
I
can
don't-
wait. It's patient.
Come on, hey, he's trying to.
Liam, you're up next. You are on the ground.
Yep.
Everything else is high above you, but you can see him.
So, question. If I get up to here, can I reach them with my 10-foot glaive from the ground?
Well, do you have a 20-foot reach?
No, I don't have a 20-foot reach.
Then you cannot get them, because that's about how high they are right now.
Alright, fair enough. Let's see.
You can bust out your bow.
Yeah, I understand that. It just takes away the stunning strike I was going to attempt on them.
No.
Because they're on the ceiling and I can't reach them with a melee attack.
Yep, unfortunately.
But yeah, I'll pull out a couple +2 arrows and take a couple shots at the one holding Eloise.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well.
That would be that one there.
Yep. Arrow 1.
That's going to hit.
Arrow 2.
That is also going to hit.
Yeah, I think I had a 22 or a 24 was my lowest hit. So.
Oh, ignore the cold. I thought I was going to be attacking with my glaive. Sorry.
No worries, but still 14 points
so
of damage.
14
Oh,
piercing, still pretty good.
See, just like I forgot my hunter's mark, should have had you do a hex on it first.
I was going to, but since I'm not spending any key points on stunning strikes, I'm spending it on patient defense again because it worked so well before. 20. What is that? 22. Yeah.
22 points of damage.
Of piercing. Not too bad.
Yeah, both arrows fly true and strike into this creature, and it kind of shrieks in pain a little bit, but still alive.
Yeah.
You're
and
my
then
favorite.
another bonus action for patient defense again. Keep that up. That's keeping me on the ground for now, at least.
Fair enough. Eloise, you are up next.
Okay. So I am going to. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to throw an ice knife at this one.
Okay. Ice, baby.
Dun dun
EE.
dun 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 dun. Dun.
Where's my ice knife? There it is. Boop. 19.
Oof. Unfortunately, a 19 does not hit. Goes flying through the air. You barely miss the thing, but unfortunately, the knife just impacts off of the roof of the cave. So go ahead and roll the damage.
I was gonna say, yeah, because they still take the cold damage, I think.
Well, they're not going to take the cold damage. But as it strikes the ceiling, you do see that splash of cold as it hits and explodes outward.
So. Okay.
Yeah, it's within 5 feet, so it wouldn't hit the
Yeah.
ropers. But
Okay.
it hits the ceiling,
Yeah.
and you do feel a little bit of a rumble. Like it's definitely not as much of a one as when Veil threw a fireball, but you definitely feel a tremor.
Okay.
That's it for Eloise's turn. Apollyon, you're up next. Your trident is electrified. You are on the ground, and your feet are kind of being sucked a little bit by the texture of the ground underneath you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna jump forward to right up here and attack this jabroni.
Now, are you flying to get up there? Because it is 20
that
feet.
one's on the ceiling?
Yeah, all of them are on the ceiling.
Okay, yeah, I'll fly.
Okay, so when you start flying, you no longer are impeded by the difficult terrain. So you can move normally.
Yeah, I'll fly right up there and attack him.
Do it.
And I will go reckless. $22.
22 is going to hit.
Make sure my damage is correct and not rolling a 1 every time. Okay. Alright. It's good. So 15. 22 damage.
22 points of damage. You stab into that creature with a trident. The electrical burst kind of blows off. It's barely hanging on.
Alright, another hit on a 28, and that's going to be another 20 damage.
Yeah, tell us how that looks.
Alright, Apollyon pushes off from the ground, his trident straight ahead of him, and just flies into the air and just stabs right through him.
And as you do so, the creature with its tentacles wrapped around Eloise slackens. It falls to the ground just as Eloise does. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Eloise. If you were on camera, and I just looked down and saw she's not. Yeah, she ran off. That's okay. I'll get her when she gets back. You do anything else in your turn, Apollyon?
What's the 2d6?
That's for her.
Oh, okay.
Her fall damage.
Well, let's see. I used 5, 10, 15, 20 movement.
What?
Oh, and it's 20 feet up, right?
Yeah, you're 20 feet in the air to hit that
I
thing.
mean, it looks like you rolled a 2 and a 4, but it said you rolled a 2 and a 2. That's weird, right?
No,
That's what
I
it
see
says.
two. It's
Yeah,
like
that's what it
4
You
says.
see 2 and 2?
Yeah.
That 4 was for one of my dice.
Oh, okay.
All
I
the
was-
dice start accumulating if you don't click.
Well, I always click. It shows me 2d6. They're both green, and one's 2, one's a 4.
Yeah, weird. But it's a 2 and a 2. But okay, that's it for Apollyon. Master Ohm's turn is next, and Veil, you're the only one left who can actually see him. He's looking concerned every time this thing like rumbles and shakes. He's going to be doing a bunch more dope-ass monk shit as he yells to the Conclave people. On his turn, the Conclave members are also going to go, and you see some spells being cast. Now, you would not recognize these spells, but you would. I'm going to allow you to make an Arcana check.
Okay. 18.
both of the spellcasters who are casting, apart from the Conclave, are casting divine magic. You would be able to recognize that specifically, but you would not be able to recognize the nature of the magic. But you can definitely tell that they both cast spells, and one of the spells is currently affecting Ohm.
Okay.
Eloise. Apollyon just flew up, stabbed the roper that was holding you a bunch of times with his trident. It died, it lost its grip on you, and you fall. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
It's gonna go super well.
Usually does.
Every time!
Every time!
Wow! Anytime you ask for a dex save from her.
So
The dice know the story.
So here's what I'm going to say. Because you rolled a nat 1, it's going to be a little worse for you. You land on the ground.
On top of me?
No, well, yes, actually. You land on the ground, prone. The wind is knocked out of you. You take only 4 points of bludgeoning damage, so that's good. However, then the roper falls down on you, pinning you in place. You are now restrained, and you are going to take 3 more points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
Jeez.
Hang on, I gotta look up what restrained.
Eloise's dexterity saves are legendary.
They really are.
They are. They're great.
The dice know what's up. They know
Yeah.
the story.
They
They
do.
know the character I created.
It's true. It's true. But yeah, so that's what happened. Apollyon, you're still flying up above, so the thing's not on you, but it's 100% just on Eloise. You can't see her at all. Anywho,
Oh shit!
so the next one's going to be moving. And then it sends tentacles outward. Now, it can't really see blood from where he's being held. It can see Apollyon, so it's going after Apollyon.
Yeah.
4 tendrils. Does the 24 hit you?
24 does hit.
Okay, so with that 24, that second tendril wraps around your leg, pulls you towards it, begins wrapping around your body, and it reels you 25 feet closer to it. 5, 10, 15,
So it's
20.
this one over here?
Yeah, to that one there. So it basically pulled you to right there. And since it's close enough to you, it gets to make a bite attack. But it only rolled a 14.
Hold on. So
Yeah?
that 8 and 24, that was just one attack because it should have had an advantage.
Ah, okay.
Right.
Good to know. And since it has advantage, I'll make one more bite attack.
Right.
But I assume a 19, yeah. Okay. So it's trying to bite at you, and it's pulling you closer, and you, like blood, manage to get your feet against the thing and stop it before it can get you into its mouth.
Whoa, these things are nasty.
Okay, next up we have Alnad's turn. He's got to make a perception check first. Oh yeah, easily enough he's able to spot it. He can now see the thing holding his brother. He's going to be... Oh, do I want to cast a spell?
Well, he rolled nat 1s last time he shot.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead. Well, he can't with a bonus action. So no, he's not going to cast a spell. He's just going to take 2 shots.
Redemption!
The nat 20 is definitely going to hit for a 30, aiming at the thing that's holding his brother.
Only a 30. That's so cute.
13 points of damage.
Well,
Got
he
a
doesn't
fucking
have
brother.
a legendary mythical bow.
He's gonna have to give his brother some shit. Come on. He's back
and
being a kid again, man.
you know what? You're gonna hear him yelling out to you. Come on there, Blood. Don't you think you can get out of that thing? Come on, I thought you were faster than that. That's gonna be.
I got something for you.
Next up is the roper that's over there. It's gonna. Yeah, it's still trying at Liam. So that would.
Disadvantage.
Its snack jumped out of its mouth. I mean, of course it wants.
Yeah, I mean, they're not intelligent things. They're really not. 13, 11. Does a 23 hit?
Double 23?
Finally! Wraps around you, your little monk bitch ass, pulls you 25 feet towards it. I guess technically you're still on patient defense, so the bite's at a disadvantage. Yeah. I don't know how that would work because, like, when you're holding it, how are you patiently defending? But either way, it doesn't matter because 15
it's like
ordinary.
Harness. It's only got me by the waist. I've still got my arms and legs
It's like
yeah, maybe.
Apollyon getting his feet against the teeth.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? But regardless, he's not able to bite you, but he definitely still has you grappled.
You punk. I had a line of taunts. I was about to level at him, and he got me.
Well, the last one that's still holding blood is just going to take a bite at you. Oh, that shouldn't have been a disadvantage, but still, the 10 ain't gonna hit.
I know, it's delicious. You just can't wait to get another taste.
Yeah, it's running its tongue up your leg, like wrapping around you. It's trying to pull you in. It's trying very hard, but it's unable to. Veil, you're up next.
All right. For some reason my map just bugged out on me.
Uh-oh.
Hold on a second. There we go. I think I got it. I just have to minimize this window for a second. Hold on.
So you see that white line I got there? That's where the cliff mouth is.
No, I'm just saying my window's messed up.
Oh.
So I just have to I'll just have to do it this way. No, I'll just have to do it separately from my turn. Okay, so I'm gonna move so I can see them.
Okay.
Here. This one's the one that's grabbed this one grabbed Liam, right?
Yeah. That one's grabbed Liam, that one's grabbed Blood, but you do need to make your perception check to be able to see it.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up my other window. Perception.
Yeah, you're good with the 22.
Alright, could I tell which one's more damaged?
I'd say with a 22, you could tell that the one holding Blood is the most damaged.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot that one with a,
Shoot the healthy one.
Huh?
Said shoot a healthy one. Blood's got 5 now. He wants that 6th kill. Do who you're gonna shoot. Go get
I'm thinking strategy instead of pride.
Attack who you're gonna attack.
Alright, I'm gonna raise my finger and toll the dead.
Sorry, I thought we were fighting for survival. I'm so confused.
Hey, I'm thinking.
Well,
about
that's a
numbers
failure.
too, baby.
15 necrotic.
15 points of necrotic damage. It's definitely looking hurt, but it is still alive.
Alright, and then that's my turn, and then Jareth is going to do the old search, make sure no one's gonna sneak up on us.
Ooh, poor bird.
15.
So with your 15, you can see that there is movement going on in the city. You estimate that you probably are the ruins at the far distance. Like it's you're seeing like kind of dust kick up and things moving about. You estimate you probably have at least a good 20-30 minutes before these things come close to you.
Okay.
Oh, stupid. I was thinking the bird went to the fucking mouth and was looking for ropers. That's stupid me.
No, he's circling above.
Yeah, that's because I remember him saying he's gonna start looking for more, and I was like, oh, that's cool. He's gonna look at the mouth for more bad guys. That's awesome. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
it's
he's not
the
going
case.
anywhere near there.
Oh, he's small.
Well, Blood, top of the turn order, you're up next. You just saw the thing react as though it heard a sound, and blood starts pouring out of its nostrils.
He probably knows what that is. Since he's seen Veil do it before. He's just gonna take another shot at it. I mean, there's nothing else he can fucking do.
Well, disadvantage on the
I
shot.
mean, he can escape, but it's gonna be the exact same thing. Shoot it or escape.
Have you already moved Hunter's Mark over to it?
Nope.
No, we'll do the bonus action Hunter's Mark to this one.
Okay.
And
I mean,
we'll save the other scorching for now. We might have to use that in something else. But yeah, we'll just go regular attack on this one. Ooh, finally misses.
Wow. Yeah, definitely missed there.
God damn! Wow, 1 and 2 back to back.
Yeah, unfortunately, with both of those shots, you're trying to fire at it, but your shots just go wide as the thing shakes you back and forth, trying to force you into its mouth.
That's what happens when you only think about numbers.
Oh, no, that's. Don't worry, he's gonna get that number. No, yeah, that's what he's just gonna chill.
Yeah,
Just
not
sit
much you
there
can
and
do.
just be like, wish 2 could shoot better. You know, something like that. Shout that at him.
I mean, he did shoot it, and you
know.
failed, and that's what he's going to yell. Hey, at least my shot hit.
Yeah, I got better shots than you, bitch. It's all right.
As you say that,
There's gonna be another one coming in here to scoop me up.
so a short bow shot comes flying through the crack. One of them hitting the thing that is holding you as you're talking shit. Oops, I did not mean to do that.
Good job, Kumna.
See, I had a K-U-M and a...
Hey. Yeah, C-U-M-N-A.
Yeah, it's the dirty spelling.
I know, that's why I went with K instead. I was like, he's not gonna do that.
it's Matt. Of course he is.
Yeah, do you know me? Oh my god! Anyway, Liam, you're up next. You're currently grappled and being held by this roper.
Alright, you want me, you got me. I'm pulling out the glaive.
Ice glazed.
Yump. And bonus action casting Hex on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And taking a strike.
Ooh.
18's gonna miss.
I think 20 is it.
I think that's about right. We'll see.
Yeah, my 19 just
second
barely
strike.
missed.
18 again.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's gonna be 2 misses for you.
Yep, I used my bonus action. That's all I got. I'm just a dangling dumbass now.
Just dangling there in the air, held by tentacles.
Worthless.
It's like every 80s anime porn.
I'm sorry, Matt. We're so late. I was trying to at least land something.
I know, right? We'll talk about that at the end of turn order. Eloise, you're up next. Still held, still grappled. Oh, wait a minute. No, sorry. You're on the ground. You are restrained. You are underneath the body of one of these things. So really, the only thing you can do is try to climb out, which is going to be an athletics check.
Can I not cast a spell?
No, you're restrained. You cannot cast a spell. Unless you can do so only with verbal.
Okay.
It's wild shape.
Yeah, anything that's verbal you can do, but you're restrained. You cannot move or do anything like that.
Dang it. Alright, well, then I'm gonna try to get up out from under this thing.
Okay.
What's that? Is that
Athletics check. Yep,
Okay.
athletics check.
This over there, so that I can click that. 8.
Unfortunately, 8's not enough. You struggle and try to push this thing off of you, but it's far too heavy. It is a large monster. Isn't it? I think it is. Yeah, it is a large monstrosity. So it is way too heavy for you to lift.
Okie dokes.
Okay.
Hang on. I think healing word is just verbal, right?
You tell me.
Yes, it is. So as a bonus action, how are Blood and Liam looking?
Can you really see him?
46-point shot earlier with a bite. Yeah, it's all up to if you could actually see blood up there.
I'll allow you to have visual on blood
Liam
if that's
still has
really
a
what you
smile
want
on
to do.
his face.
Okay. So how is Blood looking?
Yeah.
Like I said, he took a 46-point bite.
Worse
He's-
than anybody else.
He can
Worse
take
than
a
anybody
few
else?
hits, but not many.
He's looking pretty fucked up. He's gotten a bite taken out of
That
his
was over
side.
half of his. Yeah, that was over half his.
Okay.
Of the people
so
in the
then-
cave, you can
Trying to not be meta about it, he's
Yeah.
bloody as fuck.
Okay. So then I will do where's my healing word? Healing word. But we're gonna do it at, there we go. Ooh, nice. So 18 points of healing.
Sweet.
There you go.
You got this, Blood.
Thank you, darling.
While that's going
That's all I
on,
got.
Apollyon, you're up next.
Alright, I'm grappled, right?
You are grappled. You can still attack, you're just unable to move.
Yeah, lightning this bitch up.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna attack this one that's grappling me.
You could rage again.
I'm still raged.
No, I was to say he's still raging.
I thought you lost that at the beginning.
No, I wouldn't that the tentacle pulling him in when that count as an attack?
So,
I
rage.
attacked.
Yeah, he did. He killed the other one.
Yeah, you're good. You're
I
good.
thought he had a whole turn where he was just walking. I'm sorry.
No, that was
No, but then tentacles came at him, so he was still fine.
Okay.
Oh, I do have to add a kill count to my thing.
Yeah, we're both at 5 now.
But yeah, I'm just gonna attack twice with the trident.
Okay.
Reckless to gain advantage. Boom!
Nice.
Damn.
That was a nat 20 for a 31 for those of you listening at home.
And there's the extra for my brutal critical.
I wasted my nat 20 teaching Eloise how to punch.
So how much damage is this actually? 10, 18, 20, 26 damage.
26 damage. Ouch. You stab at him just in that right point, right in the eye with your trident, and the thing screams in pain. It is still alive, but it's hurt.
Alright, second attack. A 22.
Does hit.
19 more damage.
Yeah, another 19 points of damage.
Yep.
He's looking hurt. It is still alive.
Alright, I'm gonna action surge.
Do it.
And I'm gonna attack 2 more times. Or attack until it's dead, I guess.
You get a 1,000 attack.
Critical!
Another critical. What the hell? Gotta love it.
What's the... Why did they roll an extra d6?
That's right.
That's
Brutal.
11 damage die for brutal critical.
Oh, did you roll? I was just like, wait, did you roll
I just
or
rolled
did
it, yeah.
Oh,
I don't have it programmed in.
I gotcha.
So another 26 points of damage
Yep,
was what that was.
26.
Yeah, more than enough. Tell us how that looks.
Oh yeah, as this thing is restraining Apollyon, he stabs it twice, right in the eye, and as soon as the tentacle starts to kind of loosen, as the life is draining from it, he just brings his trident down and severs that tentacle completely, and pushes back off and uses his wings to stay aloft in the air as this thing falls to the ground.
Yeah, I love it. You're still up in the air. You still technically have one more hit, and it probably would only take about 5 feet of movement to get over to the next thing.
Does he have another attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one more because he's action surged.
Well, yeah, I can just basically turn around, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you had used 3 attacks already.
He used 3 out of 4. He uses action surge.
You got 4 attacks? Oh, action surge. I forgot.
Yeah, I normally get 2, and then I action surge to get 2 more. So yeah, I'll turn around, hit this guy.
Do it.
15.
15's not going to be enough, unfortunately.
See, that was like fucking me and Liam. He had low rounds. I had a think of 2 or 1 and a 2 or 2 and 3 or something like that.
Okay. Master Ohm pauses for a moment to look down through the crack, and he's going to yell out, "Are you all okay? What's going on in there? I think I have this thing held for the moment, but this is not good."
We're trying to get out. It doesn't want to let us leave.
Well, damn it, just punch the thing! And that's going to be his turn.
Punch the thing. Heard.
Alnad's going to take a couple shots if he can perceive. So let's do that perception check first. No problem at all. $20 does hit. You know what? I'm fucking giving it to him. He had 12 hit points. I rolled an 11. He aims. He sees that eye. He takes the shot. Right in the eye. The thing goes slack. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Blood.
We're giving that one Blood, by the way.
You did not get that one.
Oh, but it's not a... Sorry, it shouldn't be a disadvantage, but 24.
You do land on your feet, and so you're not knocked prone, but you do take the 3 points of damage.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. No, that should have been 2d6. Sorry. 6 points of damage. But you are now down on the ground, crouched, but not prone. The thing that's holding you, Liam, is first going to try to take a bite out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still have patient defense up?
I do not.
Groovy. 17.
That's not gonna cut it.
Yep. Then tendrils go flying towards Blood from a stone, since he's the most close creature. Does 19 hit you?
Nope. Nope.
23 does. Yeah. You are once again grappled, and the thing pulls you 20 feet towards it. Or actually, yeah, 20 feet towards you.
I can't see Eloise.
Can't see Eloise. Already used its bite, so that's kind of it. But you are now... You were on the ground for half a second before another thing wraps around you and pulls you midair.
So he's like dangling like 10 feet, because I guess he got pulled 5 over and then what, up 10 or 15 then?
Yeah, put 5 over 20 up. Okay, Veil, you're up next.
Alright, same thing he's been doing. Coming up here, and the last one, gonna raise the finger and toll the dead. DC 19 wisdom save.
It succeeded. Wow.
Wow.
Alright. And then the same thing with Jareth as well. Do you need me to perception?
I'm going to just give you this one because it's not that big a deal. Like, you can see there's movement. Creatures are kind of moving about towards the edge of the city, at the edge of Jareth's vision. Like I said, it's probably going to take a half an hour for them to get close to here, but things are moving about.
Alright, and sorry, I need to that was my bonus action to proceed before I took the shot. But yeah,
Good call. Thank you for that. 15 is the DC to see it.
all right, all set.
Okay, so we are at the top of the round. It is 10:39. There's literally one of these things left. One more round. Logically, your group's probably going to be able to kill it.
How high up in the air was that thing?
20 feet.
Now, I have an ally there, so would I just be shooting regular? Because he is threatening it.
No, technically, I'd say that, yeah, you're both pretty close to one another. You're both being held in the air. I would say that, yeah, you probably would have, it would cancel out the disadvantage to just give you the regular shot, but if you were to hit, it would give you sneak attack. But, like, I'm not going to lie, I don't see a realm where this thing kills all of you.
Right,
So
we just want to know who gets the kill now.
Oh, I gotcha. Fine, you know what?
I say we all just roll a d20, no modifiers. Whoever gets the highest gets it.
No.
Okay, well,
That
blood.
gives you a chance.
Take your 2 shots. Let's see if we can do this real quick.
Bonus action, move the hunter's mark to it. Ooh, that one's not.
Nope.
God damn!
No, you
When did 15 and
missed.
16 before?
Yeah, it's gonna be me.
I think it was a 15 and 16 before too. Shit. No, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Kumna needs to make his perception check first. That he makes it. Takes 2 shots with a short bow. The 26 hits. 9 points of damage. Okay. After that would be Liam. Go ahead and try it. Let's try to do this real quick. I want to see who kills it.
Okay. Alright. I'll just do the real quick thing. Yeah. 26 will hit.
26 will hit.
With cold and a hex.
20.
Did it roll?
Yeah, you wouldn't get that extra cold.
Yeah, ignore the,
So
ignore
19.
the second cold. Sorry.
19.
Yeah, 19. Not enough to do
Still,
it.
nope, still up. It had almost all of its hit points.
Yeah, I don't think this one had been attacked really yet.
Well, then I'll throw a stunning strike in it, and the next person might get advantage.
Try it.
Well, you gotta make a con save.
And you got to take off the key point.
I do.
18.
18 is the DC.
There you go then.
Bonus action, we'll do 2 quick arm strikes. Yeah. For flurry of blows, another key point.
Another key point. 20 hits.
20 hits.
Just hits.
Cold ignore, 8.
8 more points of damage.
Yep.
Still
All
up.
I can do on my turn, he's still up. Oh well.
Yep. Eloise.
But he does get another hex. Haha.
You are currently restrained. Give me an athletics check to try to get out of it.
5.
Yep.
Holy
Nope.
Poopy.
Alright, hex added 4 more.
Okay. It's at 45 hit points right now. Apollyon.
I got this.
Can Apollyon do a 45 hit points of damage in one round? Let's
Fly
see.
over there. Reckless attack.
He can if he hits it all.
Where did my pen go?
Ha ha ha! That's your 3rd fucking critical.
I
Yeah.
know. And I'm
Yeah, he's
also going to do a... What is it called? A trip attack.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
It says large or smaller. He
Right,
said-
I'm just not sure if it can be prone. It's a roper. It's weird like
It
that.
doesn't matter. I just want the extra damage.
Okay.
27.
Alright.
Plus. It's gonna be 35.
Oh.
42, 48.
Well,
40
49.
49 points of damage.
I'm not sure why the superiority dice came up twice.
It came up twice?
Yeah.
It's a die.
It is, you do double the
Yeah,
dice.
if it's a die, then you double
Oh,
it.
okay, yeah, okay. Never mind. Then that's right.
I'm just gonna double
Yeah.
check
It
now.
already did it.
14, 20,
The
27.
9
30,
was rage, lightning, and
42.
superiority. So just take off that extra 6. Because the
49.
9 already did it. No, it'll be 43 minus the 6. Because that 3 rage, 3
Oh,
lightning,
okay.
1d8 for the it rolled it already in the first part.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright. So 43.
43.
43 points of damage. It had 45, so you didn't kill it with that first hit.
Alright,
Come
that's fine.
on, Polly, do it.
It is now. Well, it must make a strength saving throw or become prone.
Gotcha. Let's see.
And then if it is prone, I'll have advantage on the next attack.
It does make its strength saving
Okay.
throw with a 23.
Yeah, my DC's 18. Alright, just attack it again. A 30.
Yeah, it hits. It's impossible for you to do less than 2 points of damage here.
Yeah.
So, taking out 3 of these creatures, once again, Apollyon, just to rub it in everyone else's face, tell us how this looks.
Alright, Apollyon finishes with the other one, and as it falls to the ground, he turns around, watches Liam jump into the air and do a couple strikes, and as soon as Liam kind of pushes off and falls back down, Apollyon lunges through the air, 20 feet across the room, plunging his spear deep into this one. Once, twice, and the life fades from this monster as it falls to the ground dead.
And as it falls to the ground, it loses grip on both Liam and Blood. I need you both to make dexterity saving throws. Well, Liam doesn't need to,
I don't need
but Blood does.
Blood rolled an 11. And that one.
You fall on the ground, landing on your back. The wind is knocked out from you. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and then, like Eloise, the Roper's body falls down upon you, smashing into you.
Oh my god,
Liam
I rolled
looks
all the
pissed.
20s and Blood's rolled all the 1s today.
And you take 2 extra points of bludgeoning damage.
Liam looks from Blood to Eloise and goes, "You both fall wrong."
Yeah, Mr. Kitty who said, well, of course it's the wrong way to fall.
But with that, the Ropers in the media area seem to have been defeated. They laying on one's on top of Blood from a stone, one's on top of Eloise, as Apollyon is flying up overhead, and Liam just does kind of a little tumble to right himself and lands on his feet. Because he's a...
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to end things for this evening.
Because it's late.
Because it
Does
is very
13
late.
allow me to wiggle out from under this thing?
Yes, 13's enough.
Wiggle, wiggle. Thank you.
13's enough.
I was going to give you advantage, but yeah.
Honestly, I was looking for a 12 that whole time. I just I was waiting for that.
I think my second one was an 11, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
No, it was a 5.
It was a 5?
It
Oh,
was a
it's even
5.
worse.
No, nowhere close.
No. But anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. We very much appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us as we delve into this horrible, horrible place known as, what are they calling it again?
The World Ender?
Yeah, the World Ender. It's a terrifying place, as the group's discovering, but who knows what they're going to find in these depths. But we'll find out next week. So, on behalf of everybody here in the Faab Five and everyone in the Random Rhapsody crew, I want to say once again, thank you for watching. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
Nice.
Bye.